Downtown Mobile, Alabama. It still feels like summer here. It was 90 degrees today. We got a hot matchup in the Sun Belt. ESPNU Thursday night college football as the Troy Trojans visit the South Alabama Jaguars from Ladd-Peebles Stadium in Mobile. Glad you could join us on this Thursday night, along with former collegiate and NFL quarterback Jay Walker. I'm Mark Neely. Jay, we remember a time that the Sun Belt title, year in, year out, went through Troy. Back in 2006 through 2010, they won or shared 5 consecutive conference titles. Last 5 seasons since then, no winning seasons. But now this year, there's hope for the Troy faithful. Do they have good reason to have hope?
Is it real? That's what they want to know. And there's been a lot of turnover there. And I believe that they've done a great job winning the games on their schedule. But it's going to be a very competitive Sun Belt Conference. The back end of the schedule will tell how good this team is. They've also had a coaching change. The Larry Blakeney era is over. New head coaches come in and really spired up this team. They beat Southern Mississippi, which is a huge win. Very competitive game and a loss at Clemson. But right now, the start they're off to shows that this could be the making of a special season in Troy, Alabama.
So it looks like hope is back for Troy, but tell me about South Alabama, because here's a team that has beaten an SEC team. They have beaten the defending Mountain West Conference champs, yet still looking for their first conference win here tonight. What's up?
Yeah, it's kind of like sweet and sour chicken. You have to have the perfect formula to get the spice just right. And Joey Jones hasn't been able to find that recipe on a regular basis right now. Undefeated out of conference, quality victories they've got to represent the Sun Belt Conference well. But in conference, yet to win a football game. And we all know it's much tougher to win games against your conference opponents that know you than it is those out-of-conference games. They have to see if they can turn around their season tonight.
That's head coach Joey Jones in his 9th year for a program that is in their 8th season of football, because he was hired to create this program and moved to the FBS level a few years ago, back in 2012. And Jay was mentioning the Larry Blakeney era has ended. Now it's year 2 for Neil Brown, who's the 4th youngest head coach in the FBS at just 36 years old.
And if you say he's 36, I want to check his ID.
Yeah, because he looks younger.
And one thing to notice right away, Troy, I don't know if Troy knows that this is supposed to be a road game. We're here at South Alabama, but the Troy student section is here, the band is here, and I'd say half this stadium seems to be pulling for Troy early on.
Trojan fans well represented here tonight. Gavin Peterson kicks off for South Alabama. Troy receiving, and we are underway from the 1. DeAndre Douglas. Douglas met before the 20, ridden down there. And that's where the Trojans will begin the first possession of the game. And the quarterback, who's from nearby Orange Beach, Alabama, went to Gulf Shores High School, Brandon Silvers.
I really like Brandon Silver's ability to spread the football around, but more importantly, what you don't see on the scouting report, he has great ball handling skills with play action passes, play action fakes, very deceptive in the pocket, tough to locate the football sometimes, which is a good thing to have in the quarterback.
So it's a homecoming for Silvers. He leads this 5-1 and 3-0 in conference Troy team. Looking to throw on first down. Swings it out to Chun. Down the sideline. Jordan Chun eludes another tackler, and it's a race for the end zone. Inside the 5, touchdown. 79 yards. Nigel Lawrence had a shot at him just past midfield.
If you talk about Nigel Lawrence, it seems like he's trying to avoid the contact. This is a poor angle by the cornerback. That's a whip job on the sideline. You must push the runner out of bounds. But Jordan Chung showing the foot speed to go the distance. Great start for the Trojans.
And Quentin Dent, number 21, the cornerback, eventually caught up to him inside the 10, but couldn't keep him out of the end zone.
The ruling on the field is a catch and a run for a touchdown. Previous play is under further review.
So already we have a play under review. Our referee tonight, Kevin Stein. That's the far side of the field for us. The only thing I can question here is, did he step out of bounds at any point, Jay?
They did a good job of coming in and on that whiff block.
Oh, right there. Yep.
That's very, very close. And actually, it seemed like the official might have been blowing his whistle. The official had a good look at it as he was backing up. Thought I saw him point to the ground.
Yeah, I saw what you saw, but for now, the ruling on the field, they are indicating touchdown. Let's take another peek.
The left foot is what they're going to look at, but I think we saw a better angle, but you're going to see the official in play. He sees it on the sideline in this look right here.
All right, Jay, is that enough to overturn the call on the field right there for you from that angle?
I go to this. Am I 100% sure that he was out of bounds? And the answer is no. I'm not 100% sure. Looks like he was. But I think you have to be 100% sure.
Which means you think this call is going to stand as a touchdown.
Why are you putting me on the spot? You know my batting average mark is somewhere around 250, the Mendoza line.
Hey, I could only wait one play into the game to put you on the spot.
Well, let's look at 4 sets of eyes. What do you say?
After further review, the runner stepped out of bounds at the 48-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Clock operator, please reset the game clock to 14:49. 14:49 on the game clock.
I was with you there, Jay. You know, I'm not 100% sure, but it certainly looked like he stepped out, and that's what they're going with.
It did look like it was, and this step right here looks like you can't tell the angle of the foot, but they see enough there to say that he stepped out. Can't tell really where the toe is, but it looks like he's out. At the end of the day, let's play football.
So instead of a 79-yard touchdown run, it's a 27-yard catch and run, that is. And it's a first down at their own 48. Second offensive play of the game. They fake the jet sweep. Here's a pass for Douglas. Makes an adjustment, caught at the 35. And is gang tackled inside the 35. And then the ball comes loose. And here comes Southern Alabama's Jeremy Reeves the other way. Pushed out of bounds inside the Troy 35.
What an exciting 2 plays of football here in Mobile, Alabama. DeAndre Douglas with the second effort, electing to try and pick up extra yardage. Instead, the ball is stripped away. And
that's Devon Earl. Yep, number 7.
And when they're holding him up and he's trying to do that extra lunge, does not secure the football. Look at Earl. Great job of pulling the ball away as the rest of his Jaguar teammates held up the receiver.
So here's South Alabama with a first down at the 39 of Troy. Rolling out, Dallas Davis, the quarterback. He finds Gerald Everett, the tight end, who avoids one tackler. We'll have a first down inside the 30. A late flag comes in from the near side of the field. Junior Yonkande with the tackle after a 12-yard gain for number 12.
Get to know that name. Gerald Everett.
Ineligible man downfield. Offense. 5-yard penalty for the previous play. Replay first down.
Well, if he gave a number, it must have broken up, but apparently on that fake, as we look at the numbers for Dallas Davis, one of the linemen got too far downfield, so that's coming back. Dallas Davis from Panama City, Florida, had been hurt with some turf toe, but is back in the starting lineup this week.
They've got to work on the touchdown to interception ratio. Need more productivity from that position, and also a little bit inaccurate at times. Has to get his passing percentage at a higher rate.
So 1st and 15 back from the 44. Handoff, Xavier Johnson running right, finds a crease, breaks a tackle inside the 30, inside the 20. There goes Johnson at the 5, near the pylon, pulled out of bounds around the 3. A 43-yard run, and Jalen Roundtree saved it from being a touchdown for Troy.
Wow, what a surprise, but great vision by Xavier Johnson on the cutback lane. Plays designed to go far right, finds a lane with the crease, one step, then makes a couple moves in the secondary. And much added surprise for this Jaguar offensive team that does not run the football well. One of the worst rushing offenses in the country gets a big play early in this contest.
And this is a team that doesn't even average 100 yards rushing per game. They're at 99 per game. Give it to Johnson. He dives into the end zone. Touchdown, South Alabama. Well, what a strange start to this football game, Jay Walker. 2 crazy offensive plays for Troy, but one results in a turnover, and it's South Alabama that has the game's first score.
Yeah, opportunistic, took advantage of the situation. You see the nice athleticism on display by Johnson. Elevates high. Good job by the offensive line, allowing the running back to keep his legs free for the leap into the end zone.
Gavin Patterson on for the point after. It makes it 7-0. 3 plays, 39 yards, and it took 52 seconds. They took advantage of the turnover. The touchdown for Johnson, and it's 7-0 early for the Jags.
About the ball, all right? It's about the ball, holding on to it on offense, and going taking it away on defense. It's about special teams, 4 to 6 seconds, all in. And most importantly, guys, it's about unit chemistry. It's about chemistry. It's about us doing this together. You understand?
And his second-year Troy head coach Neil Brown, who let us in the locker room before the game. What's the message right now? How has it changed, if at all?
Well, go back to basics right now. You know, when you're on the road, some uncanny things can happen. A real team knows how to recover from that. It's still early. Go out with the game plan. Hold on to the football. Take it away.
Fry brings it from a couple yards deep, and he's all the way out to the 30. This game has already featured a number of explosive type plays, Jay. A few of them have come back, but well, now we'll see what the Troy offense does for a second time. We thought Jordan Chunn had a 79-yard touchdown run on their first possession, but that came back. He is certainly an impact player.
Oh, definitely so. Catches the ball well out of the backfield, as we've seen. Averages 5 yards per carry. Great size, 6'1", 231 pounds with quick feet. Jordan Chunn, he's a guy I thought would make the impact, but he'd be running the football. Fully expect the Troy offense to try and pound the small South Alabama defensive line.
Silver's on first down to throw, and a completed pass to John Johnson, who eludes a couple of defenders to midfield and is tripped up at the 45 by Nico Robinson. A flag comes in near the point of the tackle. Right now it stands as a 26-yard gain. Again, our referee tonight, Kevin Stein.
Holding, offense, number 8. 10 yards from the end of the run. The play still resulted in a first down.
Well, Emmanuel Thompson, one of the starting wide receivers for Troy, called for the hole. That came downfield, so from the spot of the foul, where they mark it back to is the 46 of Troy, so it is still a first down. Nice catch and run for John Johnson.
There's some downfield blocking, and you see him just grab him and unnecessarily spins him around. Nothing to do with the outcome of the play. That's just a silly penalty there by Emmanuel Thompson.
The first down, Trojans from their own 46. Handoff, Chunn. Stopped by Tyree Turner, then pushed back forward. Progress will give him a gain of 2.
And that's where the game's going to be won coming into it. This Troy offense averages over 200 yards rushing per game versus a South Alabama defense that gives up over 220 yards rushing per game. So we've seen a lot of explosive plays and them throwing the football. But at the end of the day, this game's going to be decided in the trenches if Troy can wear down this Jaguar defense.
The second down and 8. Chunn moves to the left side. Silver's in the pistol. Here comes the inside screen. Emmanuel Thompson avoids a tackler at midfield, and then it's stopped at the 47-yard line of South Alabama, about 3 yards short of the first down. Another tackle for Tyree Turner and a gain of 5.
Yeah, but one of those instances where I thought if Thompson would have stayed outside with the wide receiver screen, there was a lot of daylight. The wide receiver, you don't want to run in there with those big bodies flying all around you.
Troy on third down this year, 36%. The first third down opportunity tonight is a 3rd and 3. Fry in motion, high snap. They fake the inside handoff. They do give it to Fry, who meets a crowd but is able to zigzag his way across the line to gain, and will have a first down at about the 42 of South Alabama.
This won't show up in the stat sheet, but I talked about Brandon Silver's ball skills, his ball handling ability, high snap, but still able to make the catch, make the quick toss to get the first down to keep the drive alive. That's good leadership by the junior.
Silver's a little too high for Josh Anderson. He just came into the game for his first action tonight.
And Troy may have the biggest running backs in the country. talk about Jordan Chung, 6'1", 231 pounds. His backup, Josh Anderson, he's 5'11", 251 pounds. In a day where big running backs seem to be a thing of the past, they've rejuvenated themselves down at Troy.
The passing completion, Silver's first of the game. He had completed his first 4. There's his 5th completion of the night. It's his first, and it's to true freshman Sam Letton, a gain of 7. Randy Allen with the tackle. We mentioned Randy Allen as one of the impact players. He's coming off a big game last week at Arkansas State, where he had a career-high 13 tackles. Well, Troy converted at 3rd down and 3. Just a short time ago on this drive, and another 3rd and 3 this time for the South Alabama 35. Empty backfield with 3 receivers up top. They send in motion Anderson into the backfield. And they give it to Anderson, trying to run out wide, and is tripped up. That's Nigel Lawrence, and where he came down, he only picks up about 1 and will be a couple of yards short of the first down, but it'll be a 4th and 2 and a spot in the field here, Jay, where you certainly contemplate going for it.
I think so, and so close to having a big play here, but this is where having a big back hurts you. The ability to not cut on a dime. Should be able to run, take the edge, but a little bit slower to the corner. Allows the tackler to make the tackle just short of the first down.
So they're going to go for it. They are converting 77% of their 3rd downs. They went to a jumbo package. McCormick stopped short. And South Alabama will take it over on downs. Once again, number 20, Randy Allen with the stop.
He's the guy that has the motor, quick enough to catch the jet sweep behind the line of scrimmage for the tackle. South Alabama's defense makes a stop on 4th down.
ESPNU College Football is brought to you by Sonic. Fly on over for buy one, get one free boneless wings, Monday through Thursday after 5 p.m.
13 4th down opportunities on the season coming in, but they get stopped on 4th and 3. And South Alabama now has the football. We look at our impact players when the Jags have it, and we can't ignore number 12, Gerald Everett.
No, probably the best, one of the best NFL prospects in the conference. A number of NFL scouts are here to see him. Very athletic. Important to see where he lines up on every snap. Very diverse in his play.
Tyrese Thomas now in a running back for South Alabama. And his first run of the night, a good one that goes for 8 yards before being stopped by William Lloyd. Lloyd, who is the leading tackler for the Troy defense, coming in with 31 tackles.
And one thing that Troy will do is sell out to stop the run. They bring an extra man down close to the line of scrimmage. One of the top 10 rushing defenses in the country.
That is one of the linemen for South Alabama. Looks like Curtis Williams. South Alabama, Jay, had made a little change on the line tonight. They moved Dearius Young to start at the left tackle spot. And that moved Curtis Williams to be the starter at one of the guard spots. But right now he is down.
Williams normally starts at tackle. And when you get somebody a little bit out of their comfort zone, when you're used to being on the in man on the line of scrimmage and they move you down inside, you become an interior lineman. Have to make some adjustments to the different angles.
See their number 72, he got rolled up on.
And right away grabs his right knee. Let's hope
which
he's able to come back and return.
So 73, Steve McKenzie's going to come in at that spot as Williams helped off the field. The senior from Miami. There's McKenzie, who's a 6'1", 310-pound senior. Lithonia, Georgia. Just about 5 minutes gone here in the first quarter. South Alabama leading on a 1-yard touchdown run from Xavier Johnson in this game, which now for the second year is known as the Battle for the Belt between these two schools, FBS schools from the state of Alabama. Into Tyrese Thomas, who was stopped just a little bit short of the first down. He's going to be about a half yard or a yard shy. Aaron Poole, 6'2", about 300-pound nose tackle with the stop.
And so far, throw the game plans out. We expect South Alabama to come in and throw the ball all over the field. They're keeping it on the ground, and we expect Troy to run the ball, and they're passing.
38% on third down so far this year is South Alabama. Empty the backfield with Thomas now up at the top of the screen. Davis keeping it, and he will have just enough, it appears, for the first down. Rashad Dillard, tackle for Troy, but Alice Davis, big fella, 6'2", 215 pounds, keeping it himself there to keep the drive going.
While both teams are still feeling each other out, I still think if you're South Alabama, if you're going to win this football game, you have to throw the ball versus this Troy defense. You can't plan on maintaining long drives down the field running the football. They're just too good against the run.
Well, they have yet to throw the football, and that stays the course, trying to find the edge, but Johnson cannot. He gets maybe a yard. That's Terrace Lewis, number 20, with the tackle. So that's 6 plays run by South Alabama's offense so far tonight. All of them have been running plays, and at some point they got to put it up in the air. Maybe it's 2nd and 9. This is that play.
Yeah, pretty well balanced there in terms of the play selection, but overall much more productive throwing the ball.
Everett moved in motion to the right side of the formation, fakes the handoff, play action. There's the first pass of the game for South Alabama, and it's completed for a first down to Tyrone Williams, who battles his way to the 37. First down, Jags, a 17-yard gain.
And that's where you can get the yardage, the big chunks of yards. This secondary for Troy, very opportunistic. They have a number of interceptions, but they also give up over 280 yards passing per contest. They struggle in stopping the passing game.
So the Jags' first pass attempt goes for 17 yards. They have a first down at the 37 of Troy. Back on the ground, Johnson inside the 35, about to the 34. Hit by Terrace Lewis there, and a gain of 3 or 4. Xavier Johnson, 7 career 100-plus yard rushing games, which ties him for number 1 in school history with Caitlin Houston. Again, the history of this program, Jay, only goes back 8 seasons.
Yeah, was it 2 classes? 2 4-year classes?
2nd down and 6. The receivers at the bottom of the screen. Handoff again, Johnson stepped over one potential tackler. A flag comes in where the tackle was made at the 32 by William Lloyd.
Holding, offense, number 76. 10 yards from the previous spot. Replay, 2nd down.
Dominic Esposito, the starting center, called for the hold.
Yeah, you'll see him right there. The center, once the ball snapped, has a tendency to play a little bit high. When it gets high, just does the old yank down. I haven't seen that technique in a while. Hold on to him and go to the ground. That's like the equivalent of a defender when they do a horse collar tackle. For a center, you grab him and fall to the ground. He got caught.
Esposito missed last week, back this week. Last week was a 17-7 loss at Arkansas State for South Alabama. Play fake, Davis to throw, steps up. There's a flag that comes down in the backfield, and the pass incomplete at the goal line, looking for Tyrone Williams. Another hold against South Alabama. That may be against Noah Fisher, the right tackle.
Holding, offense, number 57. 10 yards from the previous spot. Replay, 2nd down.
It does go against Noah Fisher, who the South Alabama folks told us said, hey, Noah Fisher's been our best offensive lineman.
Yeah, from the right tackle position, top of your screen, and easy call. Gets him in a little bit of an arm bar. Umpire there to make the call. It's something still yet to really utilize Gerald Everett. We've seen him in on consecutive plays in a blocking role from his tight end position.
Please reset the game clock.
He's more effective when he flexes out to a slot position. Can line him up one-on-one with the linebacker.
Now 2 penalties for 26 yards has South Alabama going in the wrong direction. 2nd and 26, now back at their own 47. Davey Iola in the game gets the carry to midfield at the 45, slung down at the 43 of Troy by Trayvon Sanders, and a 10-yard run for Iola.
Yeah, let's watch the athleticism of Gerald Everett. If you're going to be the tight end, you have to block and run routes. In man on your line of scrimmage, you see him here. Watch him get a chip block and then get to the second level. Chip, hurry up to the next level as a lead blocker, way to seal the hole and give the running back a nice running lane. Gerald Everett makes it look easy. That wasn't a very easy thing that he did, but he made it look easy because he's so smooth and athletic.
A lot of scouts here tonight, Jay. They probably like what they saw on that last play, even though he didn't touch the football.
First charge timeout of the half.
South Alabama will use their first timeouts.
This will be a 30-second timeout.
So under 6 minutes to go in this first quarter, and a 3rd and 16 upcoming for South Alabama. The Jaguars in their 8th season playing. Joey Jones, the head coach, helped to create this program. Back in 2007, it was approved that they would add football. They hired Joey Jones in February of 08. They beat Hargrave Military Academy, which is a prep school in Virginia, September 5th of 2009. Then into the Sun Belt, 2012, OT win over FAU for their first conference victory, and made their first bowl game. And to this point, their lone one was the Camellia Bowl in Montgomery, where they beat Bowling Green in 2014.
And if you look at the time frame, I mean, think about it, from the time they played their first game in 2009, they're in a bowl game in 2014. So 5 years later, they're able to get to a bowl game. That's a phenomenal job. And this is a program that a lot of other teams around the country, particularly in this conference, are starting to pay attention to. Definitely on the upswing in their young history. And Coach Joey Jones has done a phenomenal job.
Jags facing, though, a 3rd and long here, 3rd and 16. Davis steps up, throws down the near sideline, had Kuchera, but a little too far. Defended by Jalen Harris, but Kevin Kuchera had a step or maybe a little more, but it was just overthrown.
Yeah, Kuchera is a big target, 6'3" wide receiver, averages 18 yards per catch. He's got big playability.
Sedarius Rooker back to receive the punt. Our first punt of the game, it will come from South Alabama's Brandon McKee. He's averaging 46 yards per punt this year, as long being a 67-yarder. And a high booming kick, fair catch called for, and made at about the 7-yard line by Rooker. 35-yard punt with no return, and it's the Trojans' ball when we come back. Saturday night on ABC, J.T. Barrett and unbeaten at number 2 Ohio State face another Big Ten opponent on the road. They battle Penn State in the annual whiteout game at Beaver Stadium. 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific on ABC, and also streaming live on the ESPN app. Watch ESPN. Interesting start here in Mobile tonight. Glad to have you with us on this Thursday, along with Jay Walker. I'm Mark Neely. 5:41 to play in the first quarter. Troy has the football inside their own 10. They are down 7-0. Brandon Silver's a homecoming for him. He's from nearby Gulf Shores High School. He has hit 6 of his first 7 passes after getting picked 3 times against South Alabama last year. The handoff, Jordan Chun for just 2 yards up to the 10.
Now you can tell they're going to try and establish Jordan Chun in this football game. We talked about Gerald Everett for South Alabama, NFL talent. Jordan Chun has really transformed his body into an NFL-style running back.
Yeah, they call him Mega Chun. What's that, the Transformers movie? Silver's across the middle and a little bit behind the intended receiver. It was Chun, and number 8, Bull Barge, almost was in the right place at the right time to come up with that football for South Alabama.
And when you're throwing balls for running backs, you have to hit them in there close to their body. Take a little bit of velocity off. That ball had a lot of spin on it. Tough catch for anybody, particularly a running back coming out of the backfield.
A 3rd down and 8. And somebody moved earlier, it looked like, and a flag at the snap just prior to it.
Prior to the snap, full start, offense, number 53, 5-yard penalty, Still third down.
So on the left tackle, Antonio Garcia. Guy who the Troy folks talk about as an NFL prospect. I think he's one of their best players on the O-line.
Yeah, he's got a frame. 6 feet 7 inches tall, around 300 pounds. When he first came to Troy as a freshman, weighed 250 pounds. Got into the weight room. He has a nice frame. It looks like he can hold another 20, 30 pounds of muscle on that frame.
So that penalty backs him up to make this third down a 3rd and 13 from their own 5. From his own end zone, Silver's in trouble. Now steps up, throws, and a strike. DeAndre Douglas stopped at the 15, but he'll be short of the first down. Devon Earl with the tackle. It's a gain of 10, but we'll leave him 5 yards short, and they'll have to punt.
And it's the little things. Because of the penalty that moved them back an extra 5 yards, they're going to be 4 yards short when they went for it on third down. When you're on the road, you have to pay attention to detail. Every yard counts. In that case there, Antonio Garcia's movement cost him. Look out.
Kay dropped. And South Alabama will have it inside the 10. Deontay Thomas, number 3. Brings down the punter, Ryan Kay, who couldn't get that one off.
Seemed to be a low snap, but one that you would think he can recover from. You don't want him bending down, but doesn't catch it cleanly. Tries to make something that's not there, takes a hit. And poor special teams play by the Trojans.
Well, pretty much, Jay, just is the same thing as a turnover here.
It definitely is, and you heard Coach talk in the locker room when he said, hey, do well on offense and on special teams and defense. Well, the defense and the special teams have let them down, and the offense hasn't protected the football, and they find themselves on the ropes.
Johnson cuts back. Wrapped up just before he gets to the 5. This is the second possession already in the game where South Alabama has started inside Troy territory, and this one inside the 10.
And this is that part of the field where, because South Alabama doesn't really have the offensive line to push you, to blow you away down the line of scrimmage, they like to use a lot of misdirection to try and confuse the defense.
Davis with the pitch to Johnson to the edge near the pylon. He dives and he's in. Touchdown. Grant Powell, number 10, with the block on the edge. That gets Xavier Johnson into the end zone for his second touchdown tonight. Was he in?
Yes.
Great shot from our crew right down the goal line.
Great job elevating. He did not touch the ground, but that has to be disappointing for Troy. When I watched tape of South Alabama, I saw that little pick sweep time and time again. It's a staple in their lineup, in their play selection, and they get down here in the red zone and they call a play that you know they've scouted several times again, and he's able to pick up the touchdown rather easily.
Gavin Patterson, a sophomore from Illinois, for the point after. And he's a perfect 19-19 on the season in PATs. It needed just 2 plays to go 9 yards, and it started with the inability to get the punt away. And a second rushing touchdown of the night for Xavier Johnson. Live on the ESPN app and on Watch ESPN. Download the app or visit WatchESPN.com today. DeAndre Douglas, Beer Fry back to receive the Gavin Patterson kickoff. 14-0 Jaguars. 2 rushing touchdowns for Xavier Johnson. Fry brought it out from 2 yards deep last time. He'll bring it from about 1.5 yards deep this time, but the result not as good for him. Stopped at the 15.
Let's go back to that touchdown and see what we have there. Sam Levy, who plays the bandit linebacker, number 5, left side of your screen. They're going to run the option on him. He's going to take a poor angle with indecision, and he pays the penalty. Comes inside too far, then comes down. you can't have your outside linebacker not hitting anybody on a sweep to his side. You've got to coach him up on that one, but it all starts with that initial first step going down the line too far.
So 3.5 minutes to play in this first quarter. 14-0 South Alabama. Troy gets from their own 17. Fry is the back. There's the handoff to Fry, and he finds a crease on the far side and runs all the way to the 30 for a 14-yard gain and a first down, stopped by Jeremy Reeves.
So they've got the big backfield, and then they've got the complete change of pace type backfield when they go with Jabir Fry, 5'7", 170 pounds, basically a wide receiver in the backfield. Brings an extra added element of speed to the backfield when he subs in for Jordan Chung.
Handoff again, Fry spins, advances to the 36-yard line. Tackle for Tyree Turner. Gain is 6 yards that time. Chun coming back in as you see the freshman, true freshman Jabir Fry go to the sideline. Second down and 4, high snap brought down, handed off, and Chun falls forward, lost the football. And looks like Troy able to get back on top of it. But where he had landed, he was only going to be about a yard short of the first down, and then the ball rolled back.
That leaves his feet and the ball squirts out.
There it is, laying.
Fortunate to recover the fumble.
Deontay Crumity, the center, recovered it, but it's tough to tell, Jay, if the elbow was down or not, but they're not taking a look at it.
Look at this big backfield. 231-pound Chun along with 251-pound Anderson in the backfield. Is it time to play smash mouth football?
3rd and 4, they motion Chun out and Anderson. Silver's looking to throw on the move, gets near the sideline and throws too high for Douglas and incomplete. It was Tyree Turner who flushed Silvers out of the pocket, and it's 4th down.
Yeah, they missed an opportunity here for a touchdown. Take a look at the top half of your screen. You're going to see Anderson wide open, but Silvers flushed out of the pocket, scrambles away from the receiver, the open receiver, not able to see him. Missed opportunity for a big play.
Wow, Anderson was wide open, doesn't do it justice. He could have walked down the sideline into the end zone. So 4th down, Ryan Kay punting, able to get that one away. A high angling punt, and the fair catch taken at the 18 by Iola. Another Sun Belt matchup from one team, Troy, unbeaten in conference, and another South Alabama looking for their first conference win. But the difference between the 3-0 team and the 0-3 team is a very thin line.
Very much so, and I think Troy's seeing that right now. South Alabama can play with anybody in the country. Just had some tough breaks in conference play, but this would be a big win for them if they can kind of get it going, turn around their conference play in the Sun Belt.
This is the battle for the belt between South Alabama and Troy's second year for that trophy game. Play fake. Too high for McGee, that is. They had not targeted Josh McGee in a while. Very good receiver, 5'11" senior from Hoover, Alabama.
And once again, choosing to use All-American tight end candidate Gerald Everett as a decoy. Utilizing him as a blocker a lot tonight in the passing game, which is a little bit of a head scratcher.
Here's Everett in motion, sets up on the left side of the formation. Davis play fake, now looking for Everett, gets the pass to him out in the flat. Here's Everett trying to hurdle the defender, had another defender behind him, and he comes down a yard or two from the first down. That was Justin Lucas who became the hurdle, 9-yard gain.
You knew he didn't have a lot of space to operate in, so kind of built up the speed at 6'4". He's going up high, but not able to completely elevate because of the pressure coming from the inside by Justin Lucas.
Cameron Melton, number 4, the cornerback, was in front of Everett and tried to jump right over him. And now you see him coming out of the game on 3rd and short, 3rd and 1. Play clock running down, so
Second
South
charge
Alabama
timeout
will use
of the
their
half.
second
South
timeout.
Alabama. Should be a 30-second timeout.
With just under a minute to go in the first quarter. A couple of touchdown runs for Xavier Johnson of South Alabama of 1 and 5 yards, our 2 scores tonight. Well, you've been talking, Jay, about Gerald Everett, this outstanding tight end who has been a decoy at times, and his blocking has stood out as well.
Yeah, you see him, they have him on the end of the line of scrimmage, and they put him into the slot formation. And then he comes back on the opposite side where we saw the nice chip and the seal block. So far they've kept him pretty close to the line of scrimmage and a little bit more pass blocking than we've normally seen from him. But you see him here come all the way across the formation and then show you the athleticism. He's the guy that gives this offense call it the swag a little bit, the swagger, because you can line them up in so many different positions on the football field and you don't have to change your personnel, which is a big plus for offensive coordinator Brian Vincent.
Well, Everett back on the field now after that timeout. That catch he just made for 9 yards, his first catch of the night.
So now they line him up in the backfield.
Send Johnson in motion. Boy, Lloyd leveled Johnson just as the whistles were blowing because the play had been flagged dead. And Xavier Johnson staying down on the ground.
Yeah, there was some movement, I thought, by South Alabama on the right side. But then the question becomes, was that a cheap shot taken by the Troy defense?
Start. Offense number 53, 5-yard penalty, still third down.
So a false start against South Alabama, and to add insult to injury, now they're starting running back Xavier Johnson's on his back.
Yeah, I mean, the whistles were blowing. This is going to be a jet sweep. You see the movement, but let's see. He put his hands up. I don't know why he put his hands up. He meant to hit him. I mean, that could very well be an ejection and targeting because the crown of the helmet hit him in the helmet.
Part of the equation of that, Jay, I'm sure, is from an audio standpoint of hearing when the whistles blew. And Johnson, good sign, does get on his feet.
I mean, he's jogging. He's standing up, and he doesn't even have the football. The quarterback had the football there. I just think that's a cheap shot, and he got away with one there.
See how proficient Johnson's been tonight. 6 touches.
And they're going to review it.
Well, you know, this is something that's changed this year, Jay, where the replay official has a broader scope when they look at these type of plays. In the past, they were just regulated to looking at the targeting. Now everything is open, but targeting does appear to be the call that we're looking at here.
Yeah. I mean, look, is attempting to lower the helmet. That's clearly helmet-to-helmet contact on a defenseless. I mean, that's a defenseless ball carrier. He doesn't even have the ball. That's a defenseless player on the field. I believe this is going to lead to an ejection.
Well, you can have helmet-to-helmet contact, but there are questions about a defenseless player, the targeting of a defenseless opponent with forcible contact to the head or neck area, and that's, I think, what we saw there.
Yeah, and I think that's what, that's where I'm checking there. That's what I think is coming into play, that he was clearly a defensive player. Nobody on the field was moving full speed except for William Lloyd.
After further review, there is no foul for targeting.
Wow. I don't get that. I mean, he was defenseless. Didn't have the ball, whistle blew. I like the fact that they reviewed it, but here's real time.
Oh, you know, we could hear the whistles there, and they certainly were early enough where it looked like Lloyd could have held up. At least that's just my opinion, Jay.
Yeah. Everybody stopped on the field. Fortunate.
Right. So 3rd down and 6 for South Alabama. See the total yards tonight, very close, but a 14-0 game. A pass for McGee. It's caught, but he's short of the marker regardless at the 26. Defended by Chris Witherspoon. It's a gain of 4, and it's 4th down.
And that last series there, that could be some game change. We have to monitor that because I don't know if Xavier Johnson's going to return back to the game, and now they have to punt the ball back to Troy. It just took a lot of momentum. It seems like they deflated the bubble a little bit in South Alabama.
Cedarius Ruckert to receive the punt. He's at the 35 of Troy. No pressure on Brandon McKee as he gets that away, and he booms one. Inside the 10, it's rolling towards the end zone, and it will be a touchback. Wow. I tell you what, Brandon McKee got all of that, 74 yards, but it's going to come out on the touchback. Earl was trying to down it, but could not. Well, from Ladd Peebles Stadium in Mobile, Alabama, our ESPNU Thursday night college football, along with former collegiate and NFL quarterback Jay Walker. I'm Mark Neely. The Sun Belt battle between the 5-1 Troy Trojans, who are 3-0 in conference, and South Alabama 3-3 overall, and looking for their first conference win. What may very well be our final play of the first quarter. Troy from their own 20. Silvers finds his man in the open field. McCormick down the sideline inside the 15 and into the end zone. Did he step out? No. Touchdown. 80 yards on the final play of the first quarter, and Troy's on the board.
Did he just completely outrun the defensive secondary for South Alabama? This is a quick slant route in a foot race. And everybody in the secondary has an opportunity, as we like to say, you want to come get some of this? Well, they have an opportunity to come get some of this, and he outruns all of them in a pure foot race. McCormick turning on the Jets for the big play. And I told you I started to feel a little momentum shift on that last series, and the Trojans take advantage in a big way.
Right away. McCormick's a guy who originally signed with South Alabama,
first quarter,
but then went to Mississippi Gulf Coast Community College and wound up in Troy, and he's just picked up his second touchdown catch of the game. This, the battle for the belt between Troy and South Alabama. We played one quarter in Mobile, and it's a touchdown lead for the Jaguars. Quarter 14-7, South Alabama leading Troy, and McCormick part of an 80-yard touchdown pass, longest touchdown pass of the career of Brandon Silvers, the quarterback. But I tell you what, McCormick was firing on all cylinders, racing to the end zone.
Yeah, you don't want to race that guy. Average is 14 yards per catch. That average is going up.
Well, you don't often see a kickoff to begin the second quarter, but since the final play of the first quarter resulted in a touchdown, that's what we have here to begin quarter number 2. He came out, and now he's in no man's land and has to bring it out. Well, Moore made the bad decision.
Keep in mind, it's where the football is. Does the football come out close enough to come on out of there? Made a poor decision, should have stayed in. That ball was kicked 5 or 6 yards deep into the end zone. Very fortunate to get it back to the 18-yard line.
That was Sir Calvin Wallace. That could be him. We have a number. It says number 19, Sir Calvin Wallace, but he's a big defensive lineman, so we'll check on that. There's the run for Tyrese Thomas.
Thomas is in there because Xavier Johnson, the starting running back, still on the sideline after that hit. You lose a little bit of speed when you bring Thomas into the ball game. Not the explosive back of Xavier Johnson. A step or two slower.
Now, the word we got from replay official Bill Merritt is that he thought the defender was trying to slow up before the hit. That's the reason he made that call. Here comes some pressure. That ball deflected and batted down, incomplete. Alice Davis was feeling the heat on that one.
And you just feel like something's missing right now from this South Alabama lineup. They need another big play. If you take a look at their body language, seems like they're trailing this football game. You wouldn't know from looking that they're the team that has the 7-point lead.
Third down at 7. Sack. Back at the 13. Rashad Dillard. Dillard now over 3 sacks for the season, a loss of 8, 4th down.
Yeah, and Davis wants to go to Gerald Everett on the right, but a great job of bracket coverage by the secondary of Troy, taking away Everett in that situation. No other place to go with the football. And Davis sacked in the backfield.
Well, Jay, you look at the possessions for South Alabama, and they're going to have to punt out of their own end zone here. 5 possessions, 4 of the 5 have been 3 plays or less because they had 2 scoring drives that were both 2 plays thanks to shortened fields. Brooker hit right as the ball got there, and the flag does come out for kick-catch interference. Now Earl, for the moment, was happy with himself, but then looks back and sees the yellow flag. Well, this is about as close as it can get because it looked like the ball got there just a fraction of a second before, but
Kick catch interference. Kicking team number 7. 15 yards. Automatic. First down.
But Earl did not give him enough room to field this. Let's take a look on the way out to break. It's Quentin Lane who gets called for the kick catch interference. ESPN. It starts at 6 p.m. Eastern. Quarterback Austin Allen and 17th ranked Arkansas taking on number 21 Auburn and Jordan Hare. And then 25th ranked LSU. They welcome number 23 Ole Miss to Death Valley in another monstrous SEC West matchup at 9. Both games also streamed live on the ESPN app, and watch ESPN. After the kick catch interference penalty, it's a first down for Troy from the 47. Here comes Chun, upended at the 41 by Quentin Dent for a gain of 6.
And that's where you can see what Jordan Chung can do. Big man with quick feet. That's normally a great recipe for a running back. He has the size and the ability to change directions and accelerate quickly. Remember when he came in as a freshman, he was about the same size, 240 pounds, 30 pounds, but now he's still 230, but he kept his quickness and added a little bit more muscle.
And motion Chun into the backfield down the pistol with Silvers. And Chun, no problem with that particular exchange, and backed his way to the 40 for just a gain of 1. Norman Buchanan tripping him up.
And in situations like this, on the offensive line, you have to find the hot hand. And, Antonio Garcia, the left tackle, they've had success running the ball off tackle behind Garcia. Not much on the right side. You have to say Garcia's winning his matchup. I continue to run the football to the left side of the offensive line if I'm going to run.
Fakes the handoff to Chun. The pass broken up at the last moment. No flag. John Johnson was the intended receiver, and Jeremy Reeves on the coverage. Reeves, who picked up his 2nd interception of the year last week at Arkansas State. Well defended there, 4th down.
Well, I think you're doing South Alabama a favor if you're passing the ball on 3rd down, 3rd and short, instead of running the football.
Ryan Kay tonight. Short end over end punt is going to land inside the 5 and be kept out of the end zone and down by Josh Marshall. 38-yard punt with no return. Well, these teams with the battle for the belt, first battle for the belt was last year. So we do have a penalty and a flag. We'll take care of housekeeping wise first.
We do have a flag on the play.
Holding. Receiving team number 22. Penalty will be half the distance from the end of the kick. First down.
Well, they are going to be pinned in. Now they'll be pinned in even further. I mentioned last year's matchup, the battle for the belt. South Alabama and Troy first quarter. Xavier Johnson. A good look at the first belt. 1-yard TD run. Gives South Alabama 7-0 lead. Then Brandon Silvers finds Emmanuel Thompson for the touchdown. And here comes Troy with the Cody Clements to Gerald Everett. 17-yard touchdown. South Alabama back in front, and then Clements short pass to Everett. And South Alabama goes on to win it 24-18. They win the first ever battle for the belts, which is actually a trophy started by the student bodies of the two schools.
You know, I like style. That belt is sweet.
That is a sweet belt.
That's a sweet belt.
A lot of wrestlers would be proud of that one back in the day. Flag prior to the snap.
False start. Offense, number 29. Half the distance to the goal. First down.
Jay, you're someone who really loves the aesthetics of something like this belt.
I like it, yeah, and the students did that. I mean, they took the time to pay attention to detail. The stars give you the location, geographic locations of the schools. Sun Belt Conference in there. Got a little bling.
Yeah, well done. Well, South Alabama, ball just across their own goal line, trying to get a little bit of daylight. Davey Iola will get him to the 5 for a gain of 4, where he's tackled by Seth Callaway.
And we talk about this being like a rivalry game, natural rival. South Alabama's a young program, new kid on the block. I think this is a perfect Thursday night rivalry. I think they should keep playing the battle for the belt and keep playing the game on Thursday night.
Two schools that are separated by about a 2.5 or 3 hour drive. And the Troy fans have really come out in force here tonight. They're filling up most of the south end zone. Up near the 10. With the quarterback Davis brought down by, again, Seth Callaway, a gain of 5. Going to leave him just short. 3rd and a long, 1, call it 2. This is a big 3rd down right here, Jay. South Alabama really seems to have lost some momentum offensively, and they have another quick 3 and out here. That doesn't help their cause. Pressure up the middle. Iola battling, and I don't know. I don't think he got there.
Hard to run against Troy, and they drew up their best run blitz, in which they brought Rashad Dillard, their bandit linebacker, had a blitz and really not close to getting the first down. And like I said, they've gone a little bit flat here in this conference game, and Troy is starting to take it to South Alabama.
Rooker back at the Troy 40. Corliss Waitman is the one who will do the punting this time instead of Patterson. Just outside the South Alabama end zone. And good boot all the way back to the 42. And then Rooker is immediately upended there, but a flag comes out.
2 flags come out.
Jeremy Reeves, the one on special teams that undercut Rooker. That hit brought out the flag, it appeared.
And this is one where you have to make the adjustment. If they're calling it a little bit tight in the return game, you saw the flag come out earlier, you have to tell your team, don't go for the knockout blow on punt return coverage.
I'm sure we'll take another look at this, but in real time, I didn't see anything egregious at all. Did you, Jay?
I see my good open field tackle. They're just calling it a little tight.
During the return, illegal block in the back. Receiving team. 10 yards from the end of the run. First down.
Well, that makes more sense. The flag where it came down kind of led you to believe that maybe it had been something along with the hit, but it will go against Troy and will push them back. Brandon Silvers, it's a homecoming. He's from nearby Gulf Shores High School here in the Mobile area, and his homecomings and playing his hometown team has not gone all that well. in past years. Last year, he came into the game having not allowed an interception for 192 consecutive pass attempts, and he served up 3 picks in that game last year.
These aren't even close interceptions. Not like they're tipped balls where it's just unfortunate. He's throwing the ball to the defense. And that's what you tell him coming into this game, going back home. You say, whatever you've been doing, cut it out. Change up your routine.
Yeah, much different tonight. In front of the friends and family from Brandon Silvers back here in the Mobile area, having a good night at this point. But right now his team down by 7. Silvers looking to throw and has a man wide open and dropped by John Johnson.
And this was a beautifully thrown ball. Touch pass over the linebackers. He dropped it in there perfectly. This is what I like to see. This is the pass. You have to make that catch. Not a lot of velocity on the throw. The touch was there. Look at him just dink this right over the outstretched arms. Gear down, make the catch, run after you make the catch.
Just a hair behind him, but as you said, Jay, you got to make that play. Got to make that catch. So it's 2nd down and 10. Silvers will give to Chun. Jordan gets a bit of a head of steam to get him 4 yards before Bull Barge, number 8. One of the linebackers for South Alabama with the stop. 6 rushes for just 15 yards. And it hasn't been mega Chun tonight yet so far.
And he's averaging less than 3 yards a carry right now. Early in this contest, that's been the storyline. The great run defense by South Alabama to really slow down this Troy Trojan rushing attack.
Chun came in averaging 5.1 yards per carry. Did not have a great game last week in their homecoming win over Georgia State when they had to rally to win. Silvers in trouble, but throws low and incomplete from McCormick. And it's 4th down. Sean Grayer, one of the defensive linemen, shot the gap and was pressuring Silvers, who had to get rid of it. Davey Iola back at the 20 for South Alabama. Ryan Kay punting. Makes the catch at the 18. No fair catch. He's immediately wrapped up after the 45-yard punt. It's Juwan McDowell on special teams with the hit for Troy. 8:50 to play in this first half. It's another tough Big Ten opponent on the road. They battle Penn State in the annual whiteout game at Beaver Stadium. 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific on ABC, and it also streams live on the ESPN app. And watch ESPN. South Alabama takes possession again, but still Xavier Johnson on the sideline with a towel over his head. Jay, he has not looked like he's going to come back into this game after taking that hit earlier.
Yeah, that late hit, that's the changing point. Was having a very successful game, running the football, 2 touchdowns. Yards per rush were high. He was a difference maker in this game, and I don't know if he's going to return.
Deontay Moore now in as the back. That's his carry here to the 20-21 for a gain of about 3. You look at South Alabama tonight, Jay. They have punted 4 times. They have 3 first downs, yet they have scored 2 touchdowns.
And I also have not seen a lot of Gerald Everett the past 2 series.
Moore running right. See where they mark him out. Run out by Blaise Brown. It's going to set up a 3rd and short. About a yard short of the first down. Little tempo here from South Alabama, right back up to the line. Josh McGee racing over here to the near side to set up in the slot. Here's the pitch. Moore hit, dropped.
They caught onto it.
Short of the first down. That's number 13, Justin Lucas, the senior linebacker out of Mississippi.
Yeah, this is a pursuit you have to take right in the middle of your screen. Sniffs it out right away, comes around. He's responsible for the running back and makes the tackle short of the line of scrimmage. We know they've seen this play during the week. That's a staple in their offense. That's how you have to defend that sweet pitch.
4th consecutive 3 and out now for the South Alabama offense. Setting up another Brandon McKee punt, and he booms one Burkert has to retreat all the way inside his 20. England now to the far side. Coming back to the near side, trying to pick up a block, but he's upended at the 19. Milton Revel on special teams with a tackle, a 55-yard punt.
Yeah, well, as we keep, going back to it, I thought we noticed at the end of the first quarter, a little change in momentum, and this is it right here. Johnson goes around for a play action, doesn't have the ball, gets decked by William Lloyd. No penalty called. They reviewed it for potential targeting. Didn't happen, and unfortunately, Johnson, who's the leading rusher for South Alabama, is not returning this game, and Troy's taking a little bit of momentum with that play.
Here's Chun, fights through one, tackle attempt, and now here's Chun off to the races. Shifts that ball to his left hand and runs out of bounds at the 43-yard line of South Alabama. Long run from Megan Chun of 37 yards.
Yep, the good balance to make it through a small hole in the wide frame. You're going to see him just kind of get low, lower the shoulder pad level, anticipate contact. Now, this is what you have to do to take it to the next level. Take on that contact, finish off that run. I don't like to see the big running backs step out of bounds. He could have picked up 4 or 5 more yards if he just leaned in the field of play.
Chun to the sideline with Anderson now in as the back. Hill Silver's quick throw and a strike. Thompson up to the 35. It's Emmanuel Thompson with a 9-yard gain. By the way, we have gotten word on South Alabama running back Xavier Johnson right now. We are told it is a rib injury. Okay. So we thought perhaps he was under a concussion protocol. That's apparently not the case. We're told right now it's ribs. Hand off Anderson. First down on second and short, able to pick up about 5 when all he needed was 1. Bull Barge with the tackle.
Now we're starting to see the running backs become a factor in this game for Troy. Starting to gain control of the line of scrimmage. Offensive line winning the battles up front with the lean, and the running back combination of Chung and Anderson slowly but surely starting to have an impact in this football game.
Give to Anderson, but well read, and finesse Middleton. Got into the backfield in a hurry, and the junior tackles him for a loss of a yard.
And this is why he puts speed on the edge. Finesse Middleton, 6'1", 230-pound defensive end. But watch the speed in pursuit as he chases down the runner across the formation to make the tackle behind the line of scrimmage. Chase him down, read, recognize. Good play by Middleton.
A whistle stops the play. Boy, we've had a number of false starts tonight on both sides.
False start. Offense, number 8. 5-yard penalty. Still second down.
That's on wide receiver Emmanuel Thompson.
And that's the one position that drives coaches crazy the most. When wide receivers get false start, they're taught to look in. You see the ball. You should be the last one to react.
Sending in the signals from the Troy sideline. We're now calling the play in for a 2nd and 16. With 5 minutes to play in this first half. Sean motions out of the backfield. Silvers looks his way now under pressure, a flag, and pass incomplete at the 32.
Yeah, that's going to be a free play. That was a free play. I'm pretty sure South Alabama was offsides in the neutral zone when that ball was snapped.
Offsides, defense, number 5. 5-yard penalty, still second down.
That is indeed the case on Roman Buchanan.
You see Buchanan gets stuck in the neutral zone. But you don't like your quarterback getting hit on plays that don't count.
Got a little double whammy that time, didn't he? And Brandon Silver, 2nd and 11. Silvers fakes the handoff. He's looking to throw now high for Chun and incomplete. That's a couple of times now where he's tried to throw it down to the running back Chun, and he's not giving him a pass that Chun could handle.
Yeah, just a little bit too much velocity in throwing the ball to the running backs. Those have to be better touch passes to a running back that doesn't have his shoulder pads square to the line of scrimmage. And
neither team tearing it up on third down.
We're not seeing an offensive display on third down efficiency.
And a 3rd and 11. Play clock's at 3. Silvers gets it off in time, and that high pass incomplete off the hands of Johnson, who then got undercut by Jeremy Reeves. And it's 4th down. You're at a spot in the field here. I thought perhaps they'd consider a field goal here, and that's what they're going to do.
You would think about, if you're going to go for it, is it too long for a field goal? But with a quarterback that hasn't really been accurate the past couple of throws, we're going to go for the long field goal attempt.
47-yard attempt. You see that 43 yards has been his long this year. He's 11 for 13 in field goal attempts off the right hash. Has plenty of distance, and he sneaks it inside that right upright. It's good. So it's a new season long for Ryan Kay, a 47-yard field goal, and he trims the Trojans' deficit to 14-10. ESPNU Thursday college football prime time, 14-10. The Jags leading the Trojans after a career-tying 47-yard field goal from Ryan Kay. It's made it 14-10. And Neil Brown, the second-year head coach for Troy, his team came out of the chute quickly, but turned the ball over early. It was a play where they thought they had a 79-yard touchdown run, first play of the game from Jordan Chun. That was not to be on replay. Kind of an odd start to the game, Jay, and since then the defenses have started to take over.
A little bit of a surprise. Not surprising so much for Troy. We know they've got a good defense, one of the best rush defenses in the country, but I think South Alabama's done a really good job of containing the rushing attack for Troy, and that's been the storyline in the first half. But you wonder what's going on the sideline over there for South Alabama. We haven't seen a lot of Gerald Everett making an impact in this game. You know they've lost their starting running back, Xavier Johnson. They've lost an offensive lineman, a little bit banged up now. See if they have enough to will to muster up some points and try and expand their lead going into halftime.
Well, to me, I would say if I'm a South Alabama fan, I want to see number 12 get the football here.
Absolutely. There are a number of scouts here that want to see the same thing.
South Alabama, their last 4 possessions have all been 3 and outs. They fake the handoff to Thomas, and he's going deep, but underthrows Tyrone Williams. That allowed the defender, Cameron Melton, to come back, bat that away. There is a flag down.
Personal foul, roughing the passer. Defense number 20 with targeting. 15 yards from the previous spot, automatic. First down.
Well, that's on Terrace Lewis, and you hear that's with targeting, so that will automatically be reviewed because unless this is overturned by the replay official, Terrace Lewis will be ejected.
Yep. Let's see, take a look. Oh, that's easy. And let's also note it does not have to be with the crown of the helmet. You can lead with your shoulder for the helmet, and that could be a cause for an ejection as well.
Into the head or neck area?
Yep. Ball's gone. Oh, and he lowers the helmet, yeah.
You see it enough there, Jay, to
I think he'll
have the call be confirmed?
I think he's going to the locker room. What do you think, Neely? I always say 4 sets of eyes are better. Four eyes are better than just my 2.
That last angle from the north end zone showed us that he did drop that head a little bit, and then contact with it kind of looked like the neck area as well as the head.
And I think he took an extra step. The ball was released. He could have held up and not hit the quarterback. I mean, that's a clear definition of why the rule is there. But And look at the attention Everett gets. 3 guys going with Everett. Ball is gone. He's up. He runs for him and lowers the shoulder.
Well, you know, that time, I'm not sure where he hit him.
He lowers the shoulder.
Yeah,
I think
he
when you lower the helmet and the shoulder and you hit above the neck.
But I couldn't tell if it definitely hit the neck or head area of the quarterback. Silver's on the Davis on the last.
Mark Neely, you know what happens when you stand in the middle of the street. You get run over in 2 directions. Now you have to be on one side of the street. Now you either say you thought it was a targeting or it wasn't.
I want to see this angle again.
Right there.
Right there. It looks like he's hitting him on the right shoulder.
Mark, he's lowering his helmet.
I agree, but
he's not seeing what he hits. I mean, you're not allowed to use the crown of your helmet for a tackle. Let's see.
Yeah.
After further review, there is no foul for targeting. The 15-yard penalty.
That was my point. He hit him with
I'm 0 for 2.
The shoulder.
I just think when somebody lowers their helmet, then that's what the rules are for. You have to see what you hit. He couldn't see what he was hitting. That's twice that Troy's gotten away with 2 cheap shots on South Alabama players. If I were Coach Joey Jones, I think he has a legitimate bone to pick with that.
It keeps Terrace Lewis in the game. But it was roughing the passer. They do get that part of it. And here's a run for Tyrese Thomas. So that was a first down run. We're about 5 yards up to the 45. A tackle by William Lloyd, number 23. He's been the leading tackler for Troy. Takes the pitch. He's going to take a deep shot. A little push at the end, but the catch is made. No flag. It's Kuchera down to the 11-yard line. 45-yard gain.
Off of that pitch sweep they've been running all night, play action. And Kuchera goes to get it. A little push to create some separation. And good concentration. Secure the football for the big play.
First catch of the night for Kuchera. Here's a flag in the backfield on the run by Thomas. About the 11. And there is also a Troy player down.
Face mask, offense number 74. 15 yards from the previous spot. Replay, first down.
Well, you don't see a lot of offensive face mask calls, but this one on the starting right guard, Steve Foster.
Well, they've been busy. 15 penalties called so far in the first half. 14, pardon me.
Justin Lucas helped to his feet, the Troy player that was down.
First and 25.
So the penalty marked off will spot the ball at the 28.
You see number 74, who they call it for. All you see it right there in the middle of the screen. Clearly had a hand in the face mask. Good call by the crew.
So it's first and 25 for South Alabama on the 28-yard line of Troy. Davis rolling out, look back left, now throws towards Everett, who got turned around, and it's out of bounds anyway, uncatchable and incomplete, but looked in the direction of Everett. Been a little frustrating first half for Gerald Everett.
Well, they're double teaming him. I mean, he's running just a simple out pattern, and there are 2 defenders there taking away the 5-yard pattern. And he's trying to improvise and readjust, and it's a good job by the secondary of Troy, eliminating the usefulness of the most effective weapon of this South Alabama offense.
Saw the one catch for Everett. That was just the second time he has been targeted tonight. Looked like he was going to pitch, but kept by Davis, who runs his way just inside the 20. Terrace Lewis and Demetrius Kane bring down the quarterback after a 9-yard run.
Gain of 9 yards on the play, bring up third down and 16.
Well, it was first and 25, and now it's third and 16 from the 19. 3 minutes to go in the first half. I think South Alabama is thinking, hey, whatever happens here on third down, we'd like to eat up a little time as well here. Davis taking a shot to the end zone, and there they find Everett for the touchdown. Fourth touchdown catch of the season for the senior Everett. It's a 19-yard TD, and South Alabama ups the lead to 20-10.
They did not give him any help over the top. This is Gerald Everett taking advantage of Cameron Melton. Nice wiggle route with separation. And, you know, how good a route runner is Everett? Cameron Melton is a cornerback. So you're not talking about a safety. The starting cornerback not able to guard Everett one-on-one in the middle of the field. That's why NFL scouts are here taking a long, hard look at Gerald Everett.
Everett had a couple of touchdowns last year in the meeting with Troy, and now he has a touchdown catch here late in the first half tonight. And the point after makes it 21-10.
So when you're Gerald Everett, you're in the slot, you know you have to win the battle. So he's got one-on-one with, there's plenty of open field in the middle, but watch the double move. He gets him off the line of scrimmage. They do a good job accelerating up, give him a little wiggle, a little shake, find the soft spot of the defense, and make the catch. And have the speed to pull off the quick inside release and not allow the quarterback to recover.
Well, Everett has back-to-back 100-plus yard receiving games. It's the first time in South Alabama school history they've had a receiver accomplish that. So Everett with 2 catches now in this game and the 1 touchdown.
Talk about the road it's been for this young man. Everett hasn't been an easy road. Was a player from University of Alabama, Birmingham. They drop football. He comes here to South Alabama and just takes the Sun Belt by storm and entertained going to the NFL draft and elected to come back for his senior year.
Line drive taken by Fry inside the 5, cuts back at the 20, stopped at the 24, and then stood up there and tackled by a host of Jacks, including Malcolm Buggs. So 2:27 to play in the half. Troy getting the ball back. You look at the numbers. It really started out well for the quarterback Silvers through the air, but it's come back down to earth a little bit. 9 for 17, 188 yards. Everett just picking up the touchdown now, 28 receiving yards. Silvers on first down. Finds his man, but bopped around is Thompson. He got hit by 3 or 4 red shirts and still not wanting to go to the ground.
Oh, they're letting him play.
Wow. There's the whistle finally, and forward progress. Linesman showing him at the 32. Thompson lost his helmet. You're going to have to come off the field for a down, but that's one of the longest scrums I've seen officials let run. Let go. So it goes for a total of 8 yards, 2nd down and 2. Chun with the first down up to the 35. Roman Buchanan will get credit for the tackle after a 3-yard gain.
Something I'm noticing from Troy, they're doing more drop-back passing than I've seen them do all season. Normally, they have a great play-action pass game where they fake the play-action and throw the ball downfield. But on a number of occasions, we've seen Brandon Silvers just straight drop back and throw the ball, which is kind of uncharacteristic for this offense.
On first down, fires a strike and a first down catch to the 47-yard line, and a 13-yard pickup for Emmanuel Thompson. Back on the field, had to miss a play after the helmet came off on the previous one.
Another drop back, and he just throws a strike fastball right to number 8, Emmanuel Thompson. for first down.
From their own 48. Silvers again. Similar play off the hand of Thompson, and then that ball hung in the air with several different Jaguar defenders in the vicinity, but it falls incomplete.
And watching Silvers release kind of reminds me of like Brett Favre. Brett Favre was always throwing everything hard. What the difference is in the NFL, you got receivers that catch everything. But Silvers, every throw, he's going to get everything into it all the time, even off balance. Still zips that ball with a lot of spin motion on the football.
An incomplete pass stopped the clock. They do have all 3 of their timeouts. Quick strike there is caught by McCormick. We saw his speed earlier in the game with his 80-yard touchdown catch and run. A 14-yard gain there. Stopped the clock to move the chains. First down at the 38 of South Alabama. Silvers sets on his target, finds him at the 35, and then run out of bounds is Johnson. That'll stop it with 59 seconds left. Kalen Jackson had the coverage, a 7-yard gain.
And nice decision makings by Brandon Silvers during this drive. Going the right place with the football, taking what the defense is giving him underneath. Now you have to start thinking you can set him up for a double move right now.
Break 5. Chun breaks free. Stopped at the 15 by Robinson and Devon Earl, a 16-yard run.
Yeah, on the draw, and good job. Hole wide open in the middle of the field. And when that locomotive gets going, defensive backs come up there with their eyes closed.
30-second timeout.
Hard running by George Chun.
Troy will use one of their timeouts, so they'll have 2 left with 53 seconds to go in the first half. Now a chance for second-year Troy head coach Neil Brown. Talk with his offense. Of course, Neil Brown was an offensive coordinator at Kentucky before taking the Troy job to replace the legend Larry Blakeney. He also was offensive coordinator at Texas Tech prior to that, played at Kentucky. At 36 years of age, he is the 4th youngest coach in the FBS. Mike Norvell in his first year at Memphis, the youngest at 34. How about P.J. Fleck, who has Western Michigan in the top 25?
Yeah, good job there, but this is Sun Belt country, so they're more worried about Tyson Summers over at Georgia Southern, who's in this conference. But they've got a little changing of the guard. And never easy to replace a legend. You talk about Blakeney, what he meant not only to this Trojan football, but to the state of Alabama football. And they think they've got the right guy, and they've been rewarded this season in year 2 with the Neil Brown team.
First down Troy at the 15 of South Alabama. Silvers going towards the end zone. Caught, nope, off. Douglas trying to make the over-the-shoulder catch. When that ball left his hands, I thought that was 6.
Oh, it was a touchdown all day. Great recognition of the coverage, man-to-man coverage. Had an out and up route by Douglas. This is one that you have to have. That's a touchdown. Don't know if he lost it for a second in the lights, but you leave your feet and just come down with that football. Missed opportunity there by DeAndre Douglas.
Douglas, who's been their top pass catcher this year, coming in. The total catches and yardage, averaging about 73 yards receiving the game. Silvers to Chun, makes the catch, but immediately wrapped up at the 11 by Roman Buchanan. That was inbounds, so Troy's going to have to burn their second timeout here to stop it with 39 seconds left.
Second charge timeout of the half. Troy, 30-second timeout. Clock operator, please reset the game clock to 4-0, 40 seconds.
So they'll add a second to that and make it 40 seconds left, but a 3rd and 6 coming up for Troy.
And this is a great response by Troy. After the touchdown by Everett, for them to answer and put some points on the board, figure worst case scenario if they can get a field goal, still talking an 8-point deficit, which is a touchdown, 2-point conversion. A touchdown would be better, but they've answered. It's been great decision making by Brandon Silvers, where to go with the football, finding the one-on-one coverage and utilizing that. This is what you need going into the halftime, to the locker room, give your team a little bit of momentum.
South Alabama team, their head coach Joey Jones. It's a team that has beaten Mississippi State. Also beat a very good San Diego State team. But looking for their first conference win of the season.
Very competitive Sun Belt Conference. You know, those are quality wins. You know, Mississippi State, I mean, when they started this program 7 years ago, 8 years ago, I'm sure they weren't thinking we were going to beat an SEC team that quickly. It takes a long time to build up to the process, but they've clearly exceeded expectations.
Well, Silver's now 235 passing yards here in the first half. Silvers to the end zone, had his man open, but a bit high for John Johnson in the corner.
Wow, blown coverage. This is twice now in this 2-minute drive that they've had receivers open in the end zone. First one was the fault of the wide receiver, but on this one, this is all on Brandon Silver. Johnson was wide open in the corner of the end zone with nobody within 5 yards of him, yet Silver overthrew the receiver.
Ryan Kay earlier in this second quarter equaled a career high with a 47-yard field goal. This will be a
third and final timeout, South Alabama.
But South Alabama will use their final timeout of the half, trying to ice Kay if they can. Let's see how close Johnson was to coming up with this.
But, I mean, he's stationary, clearly behind the defensive back. You just have to make that throw there a little too much. And we talked about, he's a hardball thrower. He's got a great fastball. He throws a lot of fastballs. But when you're going to throw with a lot of velocity on every throw, you have to be very accurate. And if you lose your accuracy, then completion percentage goes down and you get hurt with misplays like that.
Okay, we saw him with the 47-yarder earlier, so with that, he has now hit 9 consecutive field goals. 12 of 14 overall on the year. This is a 28-yard attempt off the left hash. Now the hold of Caleb Baker. Good snap, ball down, kick away, and that is good. Maybe a win there, though, for the South Alabama defense, Jay, to hold them to just 3.
I guess you could say they kept him out of the end zone. They were assisted by poor throw and drop pass. But very, very competitive football game, and you start to see some signs of Troy offensively, what they can do. They can pound the football with Jordan Chung, and they've got some wide receivers that can find the open spot.
Well, there is a flag.
Substitution infraction. 12 men on the field on the defense. 5-yard penalty.
Wow.
Well, they had an extra guy out on the field.
Do you take the points off the board becomes a question.
Well,
Troy has elected to decline the foul.
Yeah.
Okay.
The field goal is good.
Would not have been a first down. They would have been, what, about a yard or two short of a first down.
And I like this decision by Neil Brown. You know, normally you get caught up in emotion. You're on the road. You say, oh, I can go for it on 4th and 1 and maybe score a touchdown. But he's showing the maturity, understands you don't take points off the board, particularly before the half. So it's the right thing to decline the penalty, and impressed with the decision-making by Neil Brown, not getting caught up in the moment or the environment.
Tell you what, though, I wouldn't doubt if for a few seconds he thought, what do you think about, nah, I'm going to keep those points on the board. So 30 seconds left in the first half. Deshaun Applewhite is the player who's wearing 19 tonight. They changed his number from 25 to 19. Bratcher Underwood will kick off here for Troy. And a short kick. Fair catch made at the 25. So with just 29 seconds left and no timeouts for South Alabama. I would anticipate maybe a knee and head for the locker room. Give him one shot, maybe?
Maybe see if you can get a matchup problem. Take advantage of a matchup that you like, but wouldn't be surprised if they were content to just snap the ball and go into the locker room up by 8.
Yeah, looking like they're going to do just that. Take a knee and take it to the locker room. Unless Troy's going to use that timeout to stop him. They won't. That would be all they do is line up and snap it one more time, and that should take care of half number 1.
Been a very entertaining first half. We've seen some big plays. We've seen a number of penalties
That's the end
on the
of
field.
the first half.
Second half, got a lot of football to be played.
So it is the end of the first half here in Mobile, Alabama. The battle for the belt. Troy, 324 total yards in that first half, but they're the team trailing it by 8. 21-13, South Alabama at the half. But one of those was a 19-yard touchdown reception, and his team leads 21-13. He did a lot more than just catch the football in that first half, Jay.
What makes him special is his versatility. So they use him as a decoy. Then you see him on the run block, getting up to the second level, what you need your tight end to do. He's showing off his pass blocking skills there, gets in the way, does it. And then you give him one-on-one. He's a fantastic route runner, touchdown threat. He's showing everything. Look how effortless he turns the cornerback around, gets into the end zone. That's a playmaker. You need guys to get in the end zone. Gerald Everett showed why he's such a valuable commodity.
And Brandon Silver's the quarterback. A homecoming for him, Jay, and that hasn't fared too well for him in South Alabama in the past, but how are the reviews so far through one half tonight?
Well, they fell behind early. I think he's had some accuracy issues, and he's kind of overthrown some balls, and maybe he's doing that because he's playing in front of home. But I thought towards the end of the first half, he started making very good decisions where to go with the football, and the placement was there a little bit, so they're going to need him to continue to go the right place with the football so they can come back from this 8-point deficit.
And total yards in that first half heavily favoring Troy, 324 to 194, though they're down by 8. Look at the other numbers. Rushing yards key in this game. South Alabama, 103 rushing yards. You know, they came in averaging 99.8 rushing yards per game, so they've already exceeded that. Applewhite will take a knee, and it'll come out to the 25 for South Alabama.
You know, you go into the halftime, what are some things to look for? We saw the great rushing numbers from South Alabama in the first half, but that was when they had Xavier Johnson at their disposal. Now Johnson's out. They're doing running back by committee. So you have to wonder, will they have success running the football? And secondly, are they going to put Gerald Everett more involved in the offense? He's got 2 catches, he's got the touchdown, but I think he needs to be more of a factor.
Yeah, Johnson still questionable to come back due to a rib injury when he got hit late after a play had been whistled dead. Everett in motion to the right side of the formation. Here's a run for Tyrese Thomas. He doesn't get anything. Darren Poole, number 97, around on the edge to make the tackle.
And that's a little bit more what we thought we would see in the first half. A team that struggles to run the ball like South Alabama. As you mentioned, they average less than 100 yards rushing per contest. And I'm sure at halftime adjustment for Troy was, hey, let's get control of the defensive line of scrimmage and force South Alabama to be one-dimensional, stop giving up the big running plays.
Got Everett in a slot there at the bottom of the screen. Dallas Davis looking to throw. He's going to go underneath to Williams, who's tackled at the 47 for a first down. I say underneath from where Everett was on that play, 22-yard gain.
A nice play designed schematically. You know that Everett's going to get double teamed, so you bring in a wide receiver underneath him. Everett takes a double team. Here comes the receiver, Williams, underneath. Nice pass, nice play selection by Brian Vincent, the offensive coordinator.
First down for South Alabama up to their 47. Thomas trying to kick it out wide again. He'll get a couple this time up to the 49, upended by Jalen Roundtree.
And you know they want to make you one-dimensional and take away your running lanes, but because of where they can place Gerald Everett on the football field, tight end sets a formation, so you don't know if he's lining up on the weak side, the strong side, the slot. You don't see a lot of substitution coming in and out of the game from the sideline, so they make you keep your personnel on the field.
Shift Everett. Davis fires a fastball that's complete at the 40-yard line to Kevin Kuchera. A 12-yard gain and a first down for the Jags.
And we like Kuchera. Does a good job using his size. At 6'3" tall, use that big frame, make the defensive back come around you, comes back to the football. When the DB tries to hit the ball away, but it's so tough for that defensive back to go around a big target like Kevin Kuchera.
7th catch of the night for Kuchera, whose first half grab went for 42 yards. That one for a dozen. First down at the 38 of Troy. Davis fakes the handoff to Iola, then was grabbed by the short tail, broke free, and then is upended by Weatherspoon. McGee had a chance at him first, but then Weatherspoon got him from behind. Five-yard run for the quarterback, Dallas Davis. Davis, who started the first 4 games, had a turf toe issue. Cole Garvin started the last 2 for South Alabama. Davis back in the lineup tonight. Iola hit in the backfield and dropped. That's Barrett Poole, number 97. A tackle for loss of 2.
And that's just poor run support. You have 3 guys surrounding your running back in the backfield. And it's just something they don't do well. And their offensive line, they have a problem keeping their shoulder pad level down. And that time there you saw Troy defensive line. You see like they've made the change. They're coming out here in the second half with a sense of urgency.
A 3rd and 7 for South Alabama on this, the first possession of the second half. Davis having to step up and then got ankle tackled at the 35 by Demetrius Kane, who got just enough for Davis to bring him down, and it'll be 4th down. So the drive stalls for South Alabama just outside the 35 of Troy, and Brandon McKee on to punt with Darius Rooker standing inside his own 10. Trying to pin him in with the fair catch. Dropped it, Rooker, but he is able to recover at the 11. That almost turned very bad for Troy, who has given South Alabama a couple of short fields tonight and nearly did it again. Rooker able to recover and recover.
Brought to you by Sonic. Fly on over for buy one, get one free boneless wings, Monday through Thursday after 5 p.m.
Thursday night here in the Sun Belt on ESPNU. Early in this second half, first possession of half 2 for Troy. We're down 21-13 and begin their own 11-yard line. Handoff, Chun. Up to the 15 for a gain of 4. Stopped by Deontay Thomas.
And that's the play selection you have to call to have Jordan Chum get some type of rhythm. Brandon Silvers is a very effective quarterback, but every quarterback becomes better when the running game is there to help them. And if they can get Jordan Chung going in the second half, they can put some points on the board in a hurry.
Silvers fires into the hands of Johnson, who's run out of bounds at about the 26. He had another receiver, McCormick, in the vicinity. He was kind of crowded in that area, Jay.
Yeah, this is bad spacing by the wide receivers on the outside. Two receivers 2 yards from each other. Lucky there for Trojans. They caught a break.
Johnson almost got screened by McCormick, but was able to watch that pass into his hands. He's going to keep here, fake the pitch, and Buchanan able to upend Silvers. And it will be a first down run for the quarterback. Troy going quickly. Silvers hands off to Chung this time for just 1 up to the 38. A stop for Tyree Turner, the nose tackle.
For some reason, just that right side of the offensive line, the running has been non-existent to the right for Troy. Right guard Xavier Fields and Tyler Lassiter, they're having trouble blocking Randy Allen and Sean Greer over on that side of the ball. Anytime we see good runs come from Troy, whether it's an option or a power downhill run, it's been on the left side of their offensive line.
Silver is going to take off again, right up the middle, where he slides down. He's, well, the one linesman had him spotted up near the marker. The other, on the far side, says he's about a yard short, an 8-yard run.
And look at the attention Jordan Chung gets when he leaves the box. The linebacker just completely leaves his responsibility. Good job getting to the second level by Xavier Fields. I'll give you credit. If I critique you on one play and you come up and make a nice block on the next play, I see you working, big fella. I'll give you credit. Good block. Almost a first down picked up by the quarterback.
3rd and 1 under center. Now Silver steps back and looks to the sideline. With the play clock at 4, timeout.
First charge timeout of the half. Troy. It'll be a 30-second timeout.
And that's a timeout I don't like. When you're on the road and you're trailing, you never know when you're going to need that timeout. And taking it where, you had a quarterback run up the middle, you had time to come up with the play that you wanted. Like to see him do a better job of keeping those timeouts, particularly in the second half.
Well, we have an SEC Top 25 doubleheader for you Saturday night on ESPN. It starts at 6 Eastern. Quarterback Austin Allen, 17th ranked Arkansas, and number 21 Auburn from Jordan Hare. And then it's 25th ranked LSU as they welcome number 23 Ole Miss to Death Valley, and another monstrous SEC West matchup at 9. Both games are also streaming live on the ESPN app. Watch ESPN.
Is LSU back? With the coaching change? They're putting up points.
They seem to have a little bit of momentum going. Some of the top tight ends. Jeremy Sprinkle will be in that Arkansas game. Everett on the list of top tight ends as well, playing here tonight for South Alabama. Handoff and a first down. Chun bounced off one tackler, almost got away again, but has enough for the first down across the 47.
Six 6'1", 227 pounds. I think he's playing about 235 when you talk to the coaches there, but for a man with that size, low center of gravity and quick feet, not afraid to mix it up a little bit.
Silvers pitches, Fry pushed down by Buchanan right at midfield. The gain is just a couple. Roman Buchanan, second leading tackler on the South Alabama defense. Had a 12 tackle game in the season opener, a win over Mississippi State, and came right back with 13 tackles in week 2. It's Georgia Southern. On this drive, 7 plays, 6 have been on the ground, 1 pass play. Here's the second pass play, and it's completed to the 45 of South Alabama. And DeAndre Douglas gain of 5, and Douglas shaken up. He patted himself on the head, the signal to the sideline that he needed to come out, and then he couldn't even get to his feet. So they attend to Douglas. Douglas is a big 6'1" sophomore receiver who had 2 touchdown catches in that game at Clemson in week 2, the near loss. There's the catch, and then like helmet to helmet. Not a penalty, but just the way the tackle of Buchanan, and you saw that Douglas kind of lowered his head as well.
And as he was going to the ground, it seemed as if he was grabbing his face mask. Like that hit had a little bit more impact on him than maybe we thought the first glance.
Douglas has been the leading receiver for Troy this year in catches and in yards, averaging about 73 yards per game.
And one thing that we've noticed, and it's good to see him get up in his own powers, you talk about the change in style between Blakeney and Neil Brown. They say, well, Neil Brown, he likes to let his horses run, meaning he doesn't take them out the game as much. They don't split time at quarterback. Your starting wide receivers get most of the catches, like Thompson and Douglas. Those are the go-to wide receivers. So they see a lot, and the backups don't play that much. So they don't have a lot of game experience with their backup positions because Coach Brown believes in keeping his best players on the field as much as possible.
Troy came in converting 36% of their third downs. Neither team tonight doing all that well on third down. Well, this is a 3rd and 2, a manageable 2 yards. With Chun in the pistol with Silvers. Now they even motion back, and here's a pitch to Davis. Sidney Davis will have the first down up to the 40-yard line, a gain of 4. Little new wrinkle we see from Troy there, bringing in Davis.
Trying to get all hands on deck right now in this game, lining them up in that slot position.
Chun bowling his way forward to the 37-yard line, where he's stopped there by Nico Robinson after a 4-yard pickup.
And I would say runs like that show up in the 4th quarter. If you can run hard to the line of scrimmage with contact, nice numbers on the night, but towards the 4th quarter, those linebackers, they start to tackle a little bit softer, not as intense. And they take out Jordan Chun and they bring in Josh Anderson in the backfield, the bigger of the 2 running backs.
Davis into the backfield once again, but the aforementioned Anderson gets the carry for 5 yards, stopped by Bull Barge.
Now this is football. This is that type of football that you like to see take place. You got big runners, run them straight ahead, go sideways, motion, run downhill.
3rd and 1. Davis motions into the backfield again. Give it to Anderson, who got tripped up in the backfield. But the way he falls forward with the spot may not have it. We'll see. Yep, he's going to be short. Well, doesn't look like there's going to be much of a decision. Well, I say that. Now they re-spot the ball over towards the right hash, and looks like they're going forward on 4th and 1.
I think you do that. You've got to run it. I agree with the decision earlier not to, but in this situation, you pound the football.
Keeper. Just a big scrum. It's going to depend on the spot, but I think with the forward progress, he'll have it, and he does. So that's the 13th play of this drive, Jay. 11 rushes, 2 passes.
And it's been impressive because they've gone to who we thought they would be, a team that can pound the football. We've seen some hard-nosed running from Jordan Chun and Josh Anderson, and the quarterback getting involved with the sneak. And I'd like to see him continue to wear down the defensive line from South Alabama.
So Xavier Fields, a starting right guard, come off the field there for Troy. Silvers near side, a sliding catch by Johnson. Just outside the 20, a 10-yard gain.
Good job by Johnson, the junior from local product right there from Troy, Alabama.
After the 10-yard gain, another first down, this one at the 21. Dropped in the backfield, Silvers. Sacked by Thomas, Deontay Thomas.
And that's on Brandon Silvers. Had some indecision in the backfield. Looked like he was changing his mind if he was giving the football off. Tried to pull it late.
Wow, he lost that.
He got a nice bounce. Very fortunate to recover his own fumble.
So a loss of 3. And indeed, Silvers recovered his own fumble, but 2nd and 13 back at the 24. Silvers has to put it in the air. Chun was able to skirt by Deontay Thomas, but then is tackled at the 22 for a gain of 2 by Devon Earl. Sets up a 3rd and short once again. A 3rd and a long 1 or 2 here.
They've had success attacking the seams, particularly with slant patterns down by the bottom. Take a look at this receiver right here. He's had a good dime. Running a quick slant for big plays.
3rd and 11, I should say, on the 17th play of the drive. Dumped off, and Chun tackled shy of the line of scrimmage by Devon Earl. Jeremy Reeves as well there. And now a 4th down and 4th and long, and already seeing Ryan Kay equal a career best 47-yard field goal. He'll come out.
And Chun really doesn't have time to set his feet and make a move before Jeremy Reeves is there to tackle him low. It's a smart tackle by Reeves to undercut the big running back out of the backfield.
So Kay is hit from 47 and 28. This 40-yarder has the distance, but went left. So it turns into an empty possession for Troy after a 17-play drive stalled just outside the 20. Kay had the leg, but it hooks on him, and it stays 21-13. Unbeaten at number 2, Ohio State face another tough Big Ten opponent on the road. They battle Penn State in the annual whiteout game at Beaver Stadium. 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific on ABC, and also streaming live on the ESPN app. Can't watch ESPN. Sun Belt action here tonight from Mobile. If you just look at total yards, you would not have the whole story in this game, because Troy leading in that department significantly, but they're on the short end of the 21-13 score. After an 18-play drive, just came up empty on a missed field goal. Here's a run for Tyrese Thomas of the Jaguars up to the 29. Junior Yonkande, tackle for Troy. Pick up a 6. Davis fakes the pitch, puts it in the air for Everett. He makes the catch, makes a spin move, and then hit and drop from behind by William Lloyd for Everett, a 21-yard reception, first down.
Oh, this is a nice route by Everett. Watch him come off the line like he's looking for somebody to stalk block on the second level. Looking, one step, gets by it in a hurry, second level. Like I said, he makes things like that look easy, where he's got such a smooth body motion. Sets it up nicely.
There's a number of NFL scouts here tonight, Jay, as you know, taking a look. Gerald Everett has the flag, and
illegal substitution.
too many men
12
out
men
there.
in the huddle on the offense. 5-yard penalty. Still first down.
3 catches, 49 yards, and a touchdown for Everett tonight. You know, we had kind of thought, you looked at the tight ends on the board right now, maybe he's a 4th, 5th round guy, but the way he keeps playing, he may be long gone in the draft by the 3rd, 4th round.
Well, we talked to some of the scouts out here, and I asked them, what'd you like at halftime? They said, we've seen enough. I said, he's legitimate. I think he's a 2nd round. He may play himself into a 1st round type of talent, because physically he's so gifted, can do it all. I think he's as good as advertised and has been for the past 2 years.
Final minute here, the third quarter. Davis looking to throw long. It does so, but off target. Looking for Tyrone Williams. Defended by Cameron Melton. Stops us with 48 seconds left in the third quarter. The night tonight where turnovers have really not played a part. South Alabama hasn't turned it over, whereas Troy has recovered 3 of their 4 fumbles. So just the 1 turnover tonight, and that was early in the game when Troy had it ripped away in their first possession of the game. Pitch this time to Iola. Cuts back to the 48. Stop there on Conde.
And you kind of get the feeling that South Alabama's just holding on. They've got the lead. You know, they're banged up. They've got some injuries and starting to just milk the clock a little bit, taking their time, and don't know offensively besides Everett where's the real threat for this Jaguar offense.
And they let this run down. Take it to the fourth quarter.
I told you they're just holding on. They're trying to deflate the football a little bit and reduce the number of plays
That's the end of the third quarter.
Troy has with the football.
Well, it wound up being a scoreless third quarter. Well, Troy had the ball for most of it. An 18-play drive for them went for naught. Fourth quarter coming up from Mobile. Sunbelt action between Troy and South Alabama. A 1-score game in favor of the home team Jaguars, who have a 3rd down and 11 from their own 49-yard line. A flag at the snap. Here's a shot being taken deep downfield. Incomplete. Out of bounds with Deshaun Applewhite, the intended receiver, on the long heave there by Dallas Davis. And the flag came out right at the snap.
Offsides. Defense, number 30. 5-yard penalty. We play 3rd down.
Defensive lineman Jamal Statham lined up offsides. So another chance for South Alabama's offense. He'll get 5 yards and turn that 3rd and 11 into a 3rd and 6.
And a 3rd makeable 6.
A bunch of penalties tonight. So that was the 6th against Troy. South Alabama's been hit 10 times in this game.
Complimentary parts with number 80, Kevin Kuchera, down at the bottom of your screen for South Alabama.
Also Josh McGee down there. He's been quiet tonight. Here's Davis, who's sacked back at the 45 by Baron Poole. 9-yard loss.
Holding offense number 57. That penalty is declined. 4th down.
Holding on tackle Noah Fisher, and Troy will refuse that. South Alabama will punt.
Let me see. Davis get flushed out of the pocket, looking to his left, nothing there. A good job of bringing down the quarterback by Baron Poole. Big play by the Troy defense.
Waitman, the left-footed punter, a high, short punt. Rooker comes up and makes the fair catch inside the 20. He almost ran into the special teams defender. Early fourth quarter in a 1-score game. This fourth quarter in the Sun Belt matchup, South Alabama and Troy, 8-point lead for the Jaguars. Troy getting the football again. We take a look at our quarterback comparison. What sticks out tonight, Jay?
Well, the missed opportunities from Silvers. He's thrown the ball pretty well, but they've had some missed opportunities for touchdowns, and I think that's showing up on the scoreboard. They've dominated in terms of yards, but on the scoreboard, they're in the trail position.
Here's Silvers. Dumps it off underneath. The Chun upended at the 18 by Roman Buchanan.
Number 38, Jordan Chun.
Gain of 2. Last possession for Troy, Jay, 18 plays. Field goal miss by Kay is how it concluded. A drive that ate up a good portion of that third quarter. Taking a heave to the far sideline, and the grab knocked out, and the flag comes out. Johnson, the intended receiver. It's number 21, Quentin Dent, the field cornerback, covering.
Pass interference. Defense, number 21. 15 yards from the previous spot. Automatic. First down.
This is an easy call here. He loses track of where the ball is and has his hands all over the wide receiver on the sideline. They're going to call that all the time.
First down, Troy from their own 34. Silvers underneath Emmanuel Thompson. First down up to the 47-yard line. A 13-yard gain brought down by cornerback Jeremy Reeves.
Troy right now going no huddle with a fast tempo offense, trying to pick up the pace.
Well, look at the first downs tonight. 19-9 in favor of Troy, and we're the team right now down 8. Chun straight ahead, kicking it out wide. Reaches forward to close to the 46-yard line of South Alabama, wrapped up by Devon Earl and Nigel Lawrence. It's a 6-yard run.
And more of the positive yards coming when he runs to the left side of the offensive line behind big number 53, Antonio Garcia, winning his battle at the line of scrimmage.
6'7", 300-pound Antonio Garcia. Flag at the snap.
False start. Offense, number 11. 5-yard penalty. Still second down.
Well, that's not the first time a receiver has been called for a false start tonight. That one goes on Tavares McCormick.
And I think both coaches have to be concerned at the high number of penalties that have been called in this football game. And start getting close to crunch time. Hate to have a mental error like that take points from your team.
Pushes him back to a second down and 9. Chun gets a block. First down run. Dropped at the 29-yard line by Devon Earl, and Chun got ahead of steam going that time and gallops for 29 yards.
Another good job by Brandon Silvers of getting the high snap in play into the belly of Chun, and Chun did the rest.
Trojans got right back quickly to the line now. And Zach Weldon in there, 45, is the fullback along with Chun. Silvers to put it up on first down, and then looking to outlet to Chun, but batted down by Randy Allen.
Silver pass is knocked down by number 20, Randy Allen.
Allen comes off the edge, leading sack getter for this defensive line. Senior from Sacramento, California. 7 sacks, 11 tackles for loss, and also showing the ability to go airborne as he knocks down the pass to the intended receiver.
Motion Davis into the backfield. Hurdling. Chun still going inside the 10. It'll be first and goal, Troy at the 5. Finally brought down by Jeremy Reeves. Chun finding his gear. That's a 25-yard run.
And running to the left side, off tackle, where they're winning their battles over there. Good job by Garcia of getting to the second level, and the fullback, Zach Weldon, 45. And White, you see the quick feet with the leap. That's how you finish off a run. Every yard counts, particularly down in the red zone.
Allen jumped early that time. Well, that should be half the distance to the goal. I didn't see anybody on the Troy side jump early.
Offsides. Defense number 20. Contact made. Half the distance to the goal. Still down.
Now remember Chun, first play of the game, we thought he had a 79-yard touchdown run that after replay it came back. Now he's at 16 carries for 135 yards, and a good chunk of that has come here on this drive. Fake the handoff to Chun. Off the hands of the outstretched receiver Emmanuel Thompson.
And you mentioned it earlier. We've seen a number of those throws, particularly in the first half, where Silvers just misses high. On slant patterns, you don't give your wide receiver a chance with a hard-thrown ball that high on those slant patterns.
Hard to come down with those high fastballs.
Now it's time to, if I'm Troy right now, I'm running Jordan Chung off tackle on the left side. Start him off in the formation on the left, motion him over to the right, and come across the formation and run downhill.
To give it to Chun, who goes straight forward. And is he in? Touchdown! Sixth rushing touchdown of the season for Jordan Chun, and now with 11:12 to play, let's see if Troy will go for two in the tie.
See, initially the hole wasn't there, but this is all Jordan Chun. Keeps his legs going, and that second effort got him over the goal line for the score.
He just refused to go down there.
And the good runners know where the goal line is. They knew he was a little bit short on contact, but willed himself into the end zone.
17 carries, 137 yards now. That touchdown going for two to try to tie it. Jet sweep. Now he wants to throw back and has the quarterback. Silvers leans in. The two-point conversion is good. The pass from John Johnson, and we're tied at 21.
The Troy fans know that we're in Mobile, Alabama, not Troy, Alabama. They think this is a home game. Look at the entourage that gets out here to show as lead blockers for the quarterback, Silver, who makes the catch, makes one man miss, and able to get into the end zone.
Yeah, they had a bunch of blockers. Garcia kind of whiffed on his guy, but Silver still got into the end zone. Hey, we're all tied up. Having some fun in the Sun Belt tonight with 11-12 still to play in regulation.
Golden Corral 7-Day Shrimp Extravaganza just raised the stakes. Every day at dinner, enjoy new Founder Sirloin and Non-Stop Shrimp. Plus it up on the weekends with premium shrimp and new Garlic Herb Buttered Sirloin. It's non-stop shrimp and steak, all for one low price. Only at Golden Corral.
Coming up tonight after BYU and number 14 Boise State. Don't miss Sports Center at night with Lisa Kearney and John Anderson. They'll have a complete breakdown of Game 5 of the NLCS between the Cubs and Dodgers. Also the Bears and Packers highlights, college football, the NBA preseason, NHL, and everything else for the world of sports. Sports Center at night also streams live on the ESPN app. And watch ESPN. The battle for the belt for Mobile, Alabama, South Alabama, and Troy tied at 21. After an 8-play, 83-yard drive for Troy, that ended up just over 3 minutes. The Bradshaw Underwood kick. Applewhite picks it up at the 6. And only able to make it to about the 16. So not great starting field position. Momentum right now favoring Troy, but Jags will try to stop that when we come back.
Golden Corral 7-Day Shrimp Extravaganza just raised the stakes. Every day at dinner, enjoy new Founder Sirloin and Non-Stop Shrimp. Plus it up on the weekends with premium shrimp and new Garlic Herb Buttered Sirloin. It's non-stop shrimp and steak, all for one low price. Only at Golden Corral.
Well, Troy has taken some momentum back in this game. It's tied at 21 with just over 11 minutes to go. And the Troy crowd, you see them there in the south end zone. They are making a bunch of noise. That's the end of the field that South Alabama is operating offensively now, starting at their own 17-yard line. You know Alabama is so big, this state, for football. Alabama, Auburn, Troy, South Alabama, the 4 FBS teams in the state of Alabama. We'll have another one when UAB comes back next year. Here's the run, breaking through. Thomas close to the first down marker before being stopped by William Lloyd.
And that was a good run that they desperately needed to give them a little breathing room, backed up against their own end zone with the crowd getting involved. Thomas comes through and almost picks up the first down.
Lost his shoe, comes off the field. Of course, we have not seen Xavier Johnson since he came off the field after being hit after a whistle and a play in the first half. Out with bad ribs, what we were told. Davis hands off at a first down run across the 30 to the 33. Lucas stops Iola. 6-yard gain for Dami Iola. First down for the Jaguars, who desperately, Jay, need to get something going offensively. They have not done much in that department.
Scoreless in the third quarter and still scoreless here in the second half.
Iola coming up to fill that hole. Jamal Statham, a junior defensive tackle, a gain of 1.
And if I'm Joey Jones for South Alabama, I'm telling my offensive coordinator, let's get Everett some touches. He needs to touch the ball. He's our best football player on the field right now. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's on a tight end bubble screen, which they have in their arsenal. Get him the football, let him make a couple guys miss, and see if he can break off a big play for him.
He's one of the 3 receivers at the top of the screen. He's in the slot there. Pass deflected, incomplete. Looked like the pass was intended for number 2 Tyrone Williams, but never made it there thanks to Barron Poole.
This Troy defense, they know that this is a wounded offense for South Alabama. And the defensive line plays really picked up here in the second half.
And you got the Troy bench, the players over there jumping around, waving towels, getting their crowd in that south end zone even more fired up. That's the Troy team, Troy fans here on the road in Mobile. On 3rd and long, caught. It'll be interesting with the forward progress where Williams is spotted there. He was right at the marker when he made the catch, and then Blaze Brown came from behind and knocked him down, and where they spotted, he is indeed short.
Tough spot for the sideline judge. Take a look where the catch is made. Possesses it. I can't argue with that spot.
Yeah, and he juggled just a little bit before he collected it. Did look like a fair spot, a gain of 8.
First charge, timeout of the half. South Alabama.
Now, South Alabama going to talk it over here. Jay, they must be thinking about going for this 4th and short in their own end. We'll find out when we come back.
The ruling.
Beaten. Number 2 Ohio State face another tough Big Ten opponent on the road. They battle Penn State in the annual whiteout game at Beaver Stadium, 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific on ABC, and streaming live on the ESPN app. And watch ESPN. Well, South Alabama took a timeout, not so much, we believe, to think about going forward on 4th and short, but to give replay an opportunity to take a look and maybe see if they can get a better spot on this to get a first down.
Yeah, this is close. You know, they got to get to the 42-yard line. He comes down maybe 42 and a half, but he gets control maybe 41 and a half yard line. So it's going to be a matter of, you see the official comes in when he was really on the spot. And he had it short. But is there enough to say we need to overturn the official spot from the sideline?
After further review, the spot was, the backside of the ball was just past the 42-yard line, resulting in a first down for South Alabama.
Wow.
South Alabama is not charged a timeout. South Alabama is not charged a timeout.
I think, Jay, this is the right call, but I'm surprised that replay decided there was indisputable video evidence to change the spot.
It's a bang-bang play. When the first catch comes down, and you notice he said they saw the back end of the football was beyond the first down marker. And good use of a timeout, Coach Jones.
So spotted at the 42, first down, 9:27 to go, tied at 21 in this battle for the belt between the Trojans and Jaguars.
Clock operator,
Did you think you saw enough on replay to change that?
9:34.
To overturn it, no.
I didn't either.
But I'm having a bad day at the plate today.
That is correct.
I'm 0 for 3 in the box right now.
Thank you.
Well, it's certainly a shot in the arm for the South Alabama offense. They desperately needed that. Big Mo momentum had been rolling the way of Troy. Give it to Thomas. Only gets a yard. He's met by junior Yonkande.
There will still be some more with 9 minutes to go in this game. There will still be some crucial third down coming up that South Alabama's going to have to figure out a way to come up with those yards.
Gerald Everett in the slot. One of 3 receivers to the left side. Davis going to step up, then be sacked back at the 40 by junior Yonkande.
This is the situation where Davis is locking in on Gerald Everett, and this is bracket coverage inside out. They've got him covered underneath, one on the inside, one on the outside, nowhere to go. And as a quarterback, if you lock in on that receiver, by the time you realize he's not open, too late to vacate the pocket and takes a sack.
So backs him up to a 3rd down and 11 from their own 41. Clock rolling just over 8 minutes. 3 catches for Everett with a touchdown. South Alabama 3 of 10 on 3rd down, a 3rd and long, a throw by Davis going deep, and that's too far. Out of reach of Kevin Kuchera, who was covered by Jawan McDowell, and it's 4th down.
And that momentum continues to go the way of the Troy Trojans. They're going to get the football back with an opportunity for the first time in this ball game to take the lead if they can score some points.
Brokered back at his own 10. Brandon McKee punting this time. Nice punt, fair catch. Taken at the 5. And a 54-yard punt. We've seen some nice punting tonight. Now Troy, their last drive featured a lot of the running game and Megachun.
When you've got a running back that can average over 5 yards a carry, feed them, particularly in the 4th quarter when bodies are wearing down. It seemed like Jordan Chung just got going. Bang it off of would-be tackles and picking up extra yardage. Jordan Chung showed why he's one of the best offensive weapons in the Sun Belt Conference.
Now look at him fight to get in the end zone. Then they went for 2 and were successful and tied the game at 21. But now, again, this drive at their own 4. Give to Chun. A little extra breathing room for about a gain of 3 before he's wrapped up by Deontay Thomas. 18 carries now, 140 yards for Chun.
Prior to the snap, timeout, injury.
It's Jeremy Reeves, one of the starting corners for South Alabama.
Reeves has played a good game, not necessarily in the pass coverage, but had some pretty good open field tackles on Jordan Chun this evening.
Homecoming for Brandon Silvers at the nearby Gulf Shores High School. His 2 previous encounters with his hometown team have not gone well. He's performed much better here tonight from his own end zone. Caught at the 10, but then immediately tackled is Chun. Just a gain of 3. Quentin Dent. And a tackle. Johnson there actually with the catch. Now a 3rd and 4 for Troy. Clock running, just over 6.5 minutes to go here in regulation. Silvers finds his target. First down at the 30. Sam Letton, the true freshman. 20-yard gain. But we do have a flag back near the goal line.
Yeah, just a free release and a blown coverage by the Jaguar defense allows Silvers to run free in the secondary.
Well, this is coming back. You can see a hold.
There are 2 fouls on the play. Holding, offense, number 53. Personal foul, face mask, defense. Those fouls offset. Replay, 3rd down.
We'll do it again. Which, when you look at it, is a win for South Alabama.
On the left side, Garcia, 53. Gets that arm around him. It's a takedown.
I mean, left was wide open. So that comes back. We replay the 3rd down and 4 on the Troy 11-yard line. 6 minutes and counting. Got the playoff just in time. Silvers underneath. McCormick tackled at the 20. And there is the first down after a gain of 10. McCormick tonight has an 80-yard touchdown catch, which was the first score of the night for Troy. That was a big reception there to keep the drive going. Give to Chun. Picks up about 4 to the 24. The tackle for Bull Barge. Now, the pass defense for the Jaguars really been getting torched quite a bit. 289 yards tonight. They've been doing much better in that department coming in. It's 142 a game. Chun tripped up in the backfield by Randy Allen and a loss of 3.
This is Randy Allen just doing a good job of playing this seal-contained defense, shoots the gap on the inside, gets around Deontay Crumtide for a huge tackle for loss.
Quentin Dent.
Troy.
I'm sorry, Quentin Dent down for South Alabama, 21. You know, it was 90 degrees here today. It's been warmer than normal even for this part of the country. Cool front's supposed to come through late tonight, but cramping may be an issue tonight.
Yeah, we've seen Reeves leave the field 2 plays ago, and now Quentin Dent. The good news for the Jaguars is Reeves is back on the field, so he's obviously recovered, probably had a cramp, had to get hydrated.
3rd down and 10. Silvers. That is hung on to in a first down for Emmanuel Thompson. With forward progress to the 34. Covered there by Jalen Thompson. 13-yard gain.
This is the basic curl pattern here. 14 yards, turnaround. Too much cushion on the outside. Nice recognition by Silvers where to go with the football.
Drive keeps moving. With under 4.5 minutes left. Silvers, far side, catching the flat at the 40. A move made Johnson, first down up near midfield. 15-yard pickup for the junior from Troy, Alabama.
And it seems like the local kid, Brandon Silvers, is starting to find a groove and a rhythm in this game, picking apart the Jaguar defense.
Timeout called as
First charge timeout of the half.
South Alabama was
South Alabama.
close to getting.
It should be a 30-second timeout.
Too many men on the field. The guy was running off as Troy was about to snap it. Now look at the Sun Belt. Troy unbeaten at 3-0. South Alabama looking for their first conference win.
And if Troy gets the victory here, they become bowl eligible.
Yes.
Which would be big. And let's not forget for South Alabama, although they're 0-3 in conference, if they can get above 500, they become bowl eligible as well with the 3 impressive non-conference victories they have.
Last bowl for Troy was the 2010 New Orleans Bowl. They beat Ohio 48-21 at quarterback Corey Robinson in that bowl game. A lot of good players have come through Troy, Alabama. All right, 1st and 10 for Troy, right near midfield. Screen pass, Thompson. Late flag comes in. It would be enough for a first down. We'll see if it stands. Tackled by Jalen Thompson, South Alabama. No relation.
There's no foul for offensive pass interference. The pass was completed behind the line of scrimmage. Second down.
So that allows the 13-yard gain to stand.
Now you can go ahead and block downfield as long as the ball's caught behind the line of scrimmage. Let's take a look where this pass was actually caught.
Ooh, that's close. Chun
fumbled.
Lost it. South Alabama came away with it, and they have it. Recovered by Randy Allen. Second turnover of the night committed by Troy. They've both been fumbles, and this one comes in a huge spot with 3:46 to go in the fourth quarter. Wow. Troy was driving, but Chun coughs it up. Lost it right there. Knocked out by Milner. It his groove, but that fumble gives the football to South Alabama with 3:46 to go. Jaguars will have it at their own 40-yard line. South Alabama had 9 possessions in the first half. This is their 4th possession of the second half. You see they have 79 total yards here in half number 2. Thomas trying to run out wide right. A gain of a couple to about the 42. Tackle will go to Blaise Brown.
So we said this several times. It seems like we keep repeating ourselves here. Fourth quarter, 3 minutes to go. You need points. You no longer have the lead. Find number 12. I mean, we've seen him on jet sweeps. We've seen him get bubble screens. I'm finding a way to get the ball in the hand of Gerald Everett, my best football player. You want to win this football game.
He's in the slot up top, number 12. Looking at his direction, throws underneath. Catch at the 46 for Tyrone Williams, gain of 3. And once again, Jay, it basically let Gerald Everett take the double team higher and then throw underneath.
Yeah, and when you put him to the short side of the field, as they say, the boundary, it's a lot easier to cover him, to double cover him, because there's not a lot of space for him to operate. So I would switch the formation, like looks like they're doing, have him come to the field give him more space in which to operate. And if they are going to double team, it's a lot easier to see it from a quarterback's perspective.
And now he's lined up left side of the formation on that wide side of the field. The pass underneath, batted away. Intended for Thomas, and Marshall knocked it away. Josh Marshall, the senior from Lawrenceville, Georgia. So 4th down. South Alabama unable to pick up a first down after the Troy turnover. Troy with 2 timeouts and 2:21 left here. Booker back inside his own 10 to receive the punt. Key did a nice job previous punt pinning in the Trojans. We'll try to do so once again. Bounces at the 1 and into the end zone. Nicely played that time by Rooker to let that bounce. 54-yard punt, but it's going to come out to the 20 with 2:13 to go when we return to Mobile. Football here on ESPNU. Troy and South Alabama tied at 21. You see Ryan Kay, who has kicked a 47-yard field goal tonight, which equaled a career high for him, which would mean for an attempt like that, Troy would need to get down near the 30 of South Alabama. They start at their own 20 with 2 timeouts, 2:13 left on this clock in regulation. Quick strike deflected and almost picked off by Jalen Thompson. Sam Letton, the intended receiver. Boy, would that have been a huge turnover there if Thompson had about another foot with that dive to come up with it.
That would have been costly. Probably would have cost the Trojans the game with excellent field position given to the Jaguars. Once again, throwing the hard fastball off target. Ball deflected, almost an interception.
Late subs able to get in for South Alabama and broken up by Jeremy Reeves. Intended for Thompson, but maybe he got a little too much of the receiver's body, and the flag comes out.
Pass is incomplete, but it does bring a flag into play.
That is defensive pass interference. It would be a first down from the 35.
Holding defense number 1. 10 yards from the previous spot. Automatic. First down.
Now a hold, a 10-yard penalty, so it is still a first down up to the 30.
Got his arm draped around the hip of the receiver. Field judge made the call.
Jet sweep, McCormick broke a tackle down the sideline. Taken out of bounds inside about the 45 by Finesse Middleton. We saw McCormick break one earlier tonight, Jane. He almost did again there, 24-yard run.
Well, he's got speed. He's clearly the fastest man on the field. Watch him run hard to the sideline, out of bounds. Great balance, stays in and keeps his legs churning. McCormick's got speed on display.
There is a Troy player down right out in front of their bench on the far side.
Yeah, that's McCormick.
Got up initially and then hopefully that's just a cramp. Ben McCormick's a guy who, coming out of high school in Biloxi, Mississippi, originally signed with South Alabama, but never actually enrolled here. Went to Mississippi Gulf Coast Community College and eventually to Troy. Now they're about 15, 16 yards away from being in field goal range for Ryan Kay. At least equal to 47-yarder he kicked early. Chun. About 3 to the 43. Jack Beffert, defensive lineman, with the tackle for South Alabama. Still have their 2 timeouts. Clock running, just over a minute and a half to go in regulation. Silver's taking a shot. He's got his man wide open. Caught in the race for the end zone. Sidney Davis. They're going to mark him out at the 1. 42-yard gain, first and goal, Troy.
Let's take a look at how he was able to get so wide open just with a nice inside release. Catches a defensive back, flat-footed Nigel Lawrence. And that's just poor safety play by the secondary.
That's now almost 400 yards passing for Brandon Silvers. He's at 394.
And you take your time snapping this football. And it's interesting. I don't know if you score here on this play. Do you snap it?
Well, if South Alabama has had any kind of routine and momentum offensively, I would totally agree with you.
The ruling was the runner was out of bounds. The clock will start on the snap.
Okay, runner was out of bounds. That's why the clock is going to start on the snap. It stopped at 122.
So, I mean, with that being said, you're inside of an extra point. Maybe just kind of center the ball, come down the line a little bit on the 1 yard line, let the clock tick 40 seconds off, and then on second down, you try to score. Third down again, and then if not, you just kick an extra point field goal to win the football game.
Chun waltzes in, touchdown.
Yeah, they gave it to him.
I was going to say, do they do the Bill Belichick, let them score to get the football back and try to get a chance?
Yep. They didn't come off the ball, and you're giving a team that's down by at least 6, and depending on what happened with the extra point, they don't come off the ball. They gave it to them, say, give us the ball back. That's why I thought about you just take a knee, make them use that timeout at the very least.
5 plays, 80 yards, and under a minute.
Yeah, and a minute 20 in college, a minute 20 with a timeout can go a long ways. And how about this? How about a minute 20, a timeout, and a tight end by the name of Gerald Everett on the field?
Well, first lead of the night for Troy. Ironically, Jay, when it looked like on the first play of the game that Chun had run for 79 yards and a touchdown, but came back, and they have had to fight from behind all game. They were down 21-10 at one point.
And the South Alabama offense helped them out a little bit. They just caught 4 flat tires, and they just got froze here in the second half.
So 18 unanswered points from the Troy Trojans, and they lead by 7 with 1:20 to go.
And they've been making noise all night. Troy football is back on the map.
Davey Iola back along with Quentin Lane. Received the kick from Bratcher Underwood. Lane from the 5. Pulled down just outside the 20. By Tron Folsom. All right, they have 1 timeout, a minute 15 to go. And quite frankly, yes, Jay, they have a great weapon in Gerald Everett. But this is an offense that just hasn't really put anything together here in the second half.
You've got Everett. You've also got Kevin Kuchera, who's come up with some big plays for him as well. They're both big targets. Keep in mind, every time that you get a first down, the clock stops while they mark the chain. So it's time to utilize your vertical passing game.
And the sack for Rashad Dillard.
Second short timeout.
Man, this is just
South Alabama.
poor
30
pass
second
protection by Darius Young. That's a whiff block there.
Here's the defensive coordinator, Vic Koenig, veteran coach, who has coached for the likes of a veteran like Bill Snyder at K-State, which is Koenig's alma mater, and now coaching for the fourth youngest head coach in the FBS, in Neil Brown. So South Alabama, after the sack, has to burn their final timeout. And the ball all the way back at their own 13.
Yeah, just can't believe you allow your quarterback to get hit by an unblocked defender. Just a poor block by Young. And really put the Jaguars behind the 8 ball now.
Troy fans in that south end zone have played a part in this football game, no doubt. Davis, deep shot, but it sails out of bounds. Tyrone Williams had a step or two on the defender, Jalen Roundtree.
Yeah, how did he get by him in that situation there? And had they had better protection, Davis would have been able to make a more accurate throw, but once again, he was hit as soon as he released the football, as the Troy defensive line continues to just take it to this South Alabama offensive line.
1 minute to go, third down and 18.
They're going to have to hurry up and get this play off. They made a substitution late. That means you have to give the defense time to get set.
Third and final timeout. South Alabama. 30-second timeout.
Didn't think they had any timeouts remaining. But apparently they did have one on the board. And they're forced to use it because the play clock was about to expire.
Yeah, but you really don't want to use a timeout in this situation.
Take the 5-yard penalty. You want to be able to throw to the middle of the field, don't you? And now they're going to have to pick up a first down here at some point in the next 2 plays, or time's going to run out on South Alabama. Well, a matchup tonight, South Alabama team that started their season with a win on the road against an SEC foe, Mississippi State. 2 weeks ago, beat San Diego State here, 42-24. Second straight year they have beaten San Diego State. Right now in danger of falling to 0-4 in conference. Troy rushes 4. Davis under pressure. Rolls out, will run. Runs out near the line, right near the marker at the 31. And with that spot, he should have the first down. They're very close.
They've been spotting them tight over on that sideline over there.
So they're going to measure this with the chains right there. Now, tough to tell with him from that angle. Wow, that's short. So it's 4th and inches.
And more importantly, you have to get set so that clock, once you go for it, you probably have to run the ball in the middle and then call 2 plays right now is what you do. I think you have to call plays because if you pick up the first down, then the clock's going to start ticking right away unless you pass it. I don't think you pass in the situation. So that 4 or 5 inch spot there is going to end up costing this team probably 15 extra seconds, which they can't afford to give up.
Well, the first order of business is they need a yard to extend this football game. Well, technically inches. But they need a first down. Game on the line right here for the South Alabama Jaguars. Easily first down. Iola up to the 40. Clock will stop to move the chains with 47 seconds left. Jags quickly back to the line. Clock restarts. They rush 4 again. Davis in trouble, and he is sacked. Back at the 38 by Sam Levy, and the clock will continue to run here. South Alabama can't stop him.
And receivers are all the way down the field, so they've got to wait for them to come back.
Davis coming back, and it's caught. Kuchera tackled at the 21, but time has run out, and Troy wins it.
That is the end of the game.
It's the Fun Belt. Exciting finish here. We saw a little bit of everything, but more importantly, we saw Troy continue to remain undefeated in conference play.
Boy, what a last-ditch effort. Davis able to get rid of this. And just for a second after Kuchera caught it, Jay, it looked like, hey, he may have a chance to go. But that closed quickly as Blaze Brown ran him down to end the game.
Yep, he wasn't going to outrun him, and the fumble actually gave him a chance to help because he would have had to keep the ball in play. They were out of time on the game clock.
So that, on the last play of the game, turned into Troy's only turnover of the game, as it was recovered by Troy, with South Alabama's only turnover of the game. And Troy scores 18 unanswered points, and they win it 28-21. They take the battle of the belt.
And they definitely doing the right thing, giving high fives to the fans, because that was the 12th man. They needed them here in this game on the road. Tough fought contest, but the rejuvenation, what is it? The road to Redemption Road is complete for the Troy Trojans.
They're now 6-1 overall and 4-0 in conference play. 30 for 30 Trojan War coming up. For Jay Walker and our entire crew, I'm Mark Neely. Thanks for sharing this one with us. Good night from Mobile.